Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
Gilmer National Bank is your hometown community bank, serving people in East Texas for over a century. We are your neighbors, friends, and partners in making this a great place to live. Our employees make us a special place to do business. We are there for you when you need us. Come by and see us and find out what makes people say, "That's my bank." Gilmer National Bank, an equal opportunity lender and member FDIC.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second-guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Godarzi & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Godarzi & Young.
Extra, extra! Read all about tonight's game in Thursday's Gilmer Mirror, complete with pictures, coaches' comments, and a look at next week's opponent. The Gilmer Mirror has been serving the citizens of Upshur County since 1877. You know, reading the news online is fine, but there is nothing like physically picking up your hometown paper, turning the pages, and catching up on everything going on in our area. If you're not subscribing to the Gilmer Mirror, you're probably missing out. It's one of my favorite publications, and I know you'll love it too. The Gilmer Mirror, www.gilmermirror.com.
Because of investments in our surrounding infrastructure, eTex offers advanced improvements in internet connections, service experience, and quality of life for our customers. The driving force for eTex has been to create a state-of-the-art company using both the latest technology and local expert technicians, people you know. And best of all, a certified support team that delivers quality support within hours, not days. eTex, local support from the team you trust.
The Med Shop Pharmacy in Gilmer's features a drive-through pharmacy for all your prescription and over-the-counter drug needs. Place refills using our free phone app RX2Go or use our convenient auto refill line 24/7 at 903-680-2626. Stop by and see our unique gift items for all occasions or visit us on the web at gilmermedshop.com. And don't forget, the Med Shop is your flu shot and vaccine headquarters for the fall and winter season. The Med Shop Pharmacy, your friendly hometown pharmacy.
Growing up as a child in East Texas, I was always taught that I had to outwork my opponent. That same principle has carried over into our law firm. And for over 20 years, we've outworked each and every insurance company, lawyer, or corporation we've gone against. If you look at our results, they prove it. Put us to work for you, and we promise to never stray from the same East Texas work ethic that you were raised on.
Rowdy Creek Ranch, located on Highway 300 between Gilmer and Longview, is your destination for a world-class escape. with everything from dinner and wine tastings to weekend retreats in our unique and luxurious glamping park, Rowdy Creek is a little piece of heaven right in our own backyard. Corporate events, reunion gatherings, weekend getaways, and even dinner with live music are all on offer at Rowdy Creek Ranch.
For all of your oil change and automotive service and maintenance needs, drop by Pit Stop Oil and Lube in Gilmer and take care of it with the fast, friendly, and full quality service. Pit Stop Oil and Lube is your hometown car care professional and can take care of anything your car needs to keep your vehicle running great and to keep you safe and satisfied. Conveniently located on Highway 271 North in Gilmer, if you need an oil change or inspection, make a pit stop at Pit Stop Oil and Lube.
You've heard the saying, location, location, location. Well, at First National Bank of East Texas, we've got branches, branches, branches to proudly serve our family of customers across East Texas and beyond, providing the convenient banking and financial services you need to grow your business or to help you manage your money and fulfill your personal financial goals. First National Bank of East Texas, because together, we're better.
Please join Jeff Rash and Alan Metzel each Monday morning for the Gilmer Buckeyes Coaches Show. Every week, Jeff and Alan discuss elements of the program, speak with special guests, give player updates, review key plays from the prior week, and give insights on the opponent for the current week. As a fan, this is your chance to go into the locker room and behind the scenes. To view the Coaches Show, go to GilmerBuckeyes.com and click on the Coaches Show button. Go Buckeyes!
When you're on the go and you've only got a minute, your Sefco store's got everything in it. From gas to groceries, you can find it right here. Aren't you glad there's a Sefco near? Day and night when you need the best, Sefco quality's as good as it gets. You find everything top of the line, and hometown service saving you time. Texans know when you're on the go, make it Sefco.
Smith Quality Meats, located at 604 Highway 271 South in Gilmer, just across from the junior high school, brings you the freshest cut, best quality meats anywhere. And now it is all right here in Gilmer. Just call 903-680-MEAT and let the experts at your locally family-owned Smith Family Meats set you up for your main course for any occasion. It is always prime time at Smith Quality Meats in Gilmer. Call us at 903-680-MEAT and tell Mr. Smith what you need today, so everyone at your house is happy tonight.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Jeff Traylor Stadium and Homecoming 2021.
You're not on. You're not on.
My battery's not on?
Mic check, 1, 2.
Mic check, 1, 2.
You're on now.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Jeff Traylor Stadium and Homecoming 2021.
That's a new remote control I have to turn you off. I was just experimenting.
Dolly wants to borrow that immediately after the game.
She's asked me for a copy.
Well, your Gilmer Buckeyes get ready to take on the Atlanta Rabbits here at Jeff Traylor Stadium for homecoming. And Jeff, this was an eventful game last year in Atlanta where the Gilmer Buckeyes broke a school record for total offense.
Yeah,
scored
incredible.
73 points. And we may see something similar tonight as we expect the Atlanta Rabbits, who come in 0-2 tonight with some key injuries. But they have the most difficult schedule in 3A Division I in the entire state. And when you draw the number 2 Gilmer Buckeyes for homecoming and have to come all the way to down south to Gilmer, it's probably going to be a long drive back. But we are excited.
Well, not only a number of points last year, but yardage. Yardage was 760 yards.
It was bad. If you're an Atlanta Rabbit fan, and I think in this case, and we'll kind of leave it here for tonight, I think the Buckeyes have a better team than they did last year, and Atlanta is younger with a brand new coach and some key guys out. So we may be turning in early tonight.
Yeah, it may be a short night. I anticipate possibly running the clock after the halftime show, so They won't run it during the first half for sure. They'll play the full first half. But I think you'll probably see some clock running probably on the second half.
I do too. I think it's a great night for some young Buckeyes to get some more, good experience.
It sure will be.
And for Buckeye fans, hey, this is the best of times. I was driving by the stadium and caught Coach Metzel coming into the field house and stopped, and I said, you kind of realize that, you've started out here 15-2 as the head coach of the Buckeyes, and things continually are getting better. And when you watch these young Buckeyes play, you get real excited for what.
Well, this is just a result. That's what I tell Alan all the time. This is the result of living a good, clean life, like Alan always says. You know what I mean? He deserves it.
He is a blessed guy.
It's karma, blessing, God's favor, whatever you want to call it. But he's riding pretty high right now.
Well, we have an analogy of picking apples, and you pick one apple 1 week at a time, and let's put it this way, his basket's getting pretty full pretty fast.
Yeah.
And we're proud of him, and also obviously of this program and the new
all
high
those
school.
Coaches down there.
I mean, it's a great time to be a Buckeye fan and a great time to be a Gilmer Buckeye for sure. Tonight at homecoming is going to be one of those times. So for all of the sometimes spoiled Gilmer fans that are out there, watch closely and listen for plenty of new names. I would expect, my prediction for the night is I think at least 6 different Buckeyes will score touchdowns tonight. We'll count. That's an arbitrary number that I just pulled out of the air and maybe heard that from a quarterback wearing number 11 tonight. So not sure how long he'll play.
It may be higher than that, actually.
That is his. Obviously, we always know that Stump Godfrey's his mentor, and I did not know that until this week. But on homecoming, on his senior night, 7 different Gilmer Buckeyes scored touchdowns in the first half, and that was Stump Godfrey's senior night. So he set the bar there for Brandon, and we'll see with the coin flip. And that's pretty heady stuff in terms of goals and aspirations. But Jeff, it's a good problem to have.
Yeah, for sure. And again, like you said, Atlanta's struggling. We've all been there. If you've watched enough football, you've seen your program struggle. I was thinking today, I saw the Tatum buses go by. I was at Sonic this afternoon. Tatum drove by, and I told my wife Dina, I said, "You remember when that used to be a thing? That was a huge battle, and now we don't even play them anymore." And Gilmer gone on to Division II 4A, and Tatum being 3A. It's just kind of a different thing. And Dangerfield, you remember, used to be the big thing, and
that was a hurdle for the Buckeyes.
For a long time. It was an albatross, but. And Gladewater always being the big thing, but after 20 years of straight wins, it's just not as big a rival anymore. But now it's all attention's toward the Pleasant Groves and the Carthages. It just changes. And so Atlanta's they're going through a rebuilding time right now. Don't feel too sorry for them, folks, because I assure you they're called the Atlanta Rabbits for a reason. They're very fast. They're always fast. They're always quick. They're always going to have a good football program. They will be back.
Well, Alan had a good analogy when he was scouting last week. We texted each other, and Coach Metzel said that he honestly believes that there's so much speed in Atlanta year after year after year that the gestation period for human beings in Cass County is 8 months.
Yeah,
that's how fast Atlanta is and stays year after year.
All right, Buckeyes making their way out on the field. Coming into view there at the bottom left corner of your screen, and bringing out that black flag.
It's got 2 names on it already this year, and as the Buckeyes come in 2-0, ranked 2nd in the state. And that's going to stay that way until the Buckeyes knock off the Carthage Bulldogs. Obviously, when we saw the matchup in week 1 up in Pleasant Grove against the Argyle Eagles, who are 4A Division I, likely next year we'll move up to 5A and move on. And Argyle is in the Alito class of talent and explosiveness.
Yeah, and everybody in 4A said hallelujah.
Yeah,
glad to see them go.
Up. Well, they're in Division I, so obviously lots of Buckeye fans remember the time when Gilmer faced up year after year in the playoffs against Argyle. And what will happen this year, it's going to be the same thing before we have reclassification at the end of this season. But it's a replay really of the 2 kind of powerhouses in 4A Division II. and that's the Buckeyes and the Carthage Bulldogs, which the Buckeyes will see the week after next in Carthage. First, we got to travel to Lindale, Division I 4A, state finalists from last year. The Buckeyes, on a last-second field goal, were able to defeat Lindale here in Jeff Traylor Stadium. This is a tune-up game for the Buckeyes for the next 2 weeks before the bye week and before district starts. And obviously, Jeff, things get serious after tonight.
Yeah, it does. And big, traveling for the next 3 games, and including the bye week in there, as well. So we've enjoyed being in Buckeye Stadium for 3 weeks in a row, but that's fixing to change, and we're fixing to hit the road, and that's going to happen starting next week in Lindale, and going to be a heck of a game. So if you can travel to that game, you sure want to see a good game. That's a good one to go to and watch. So I tell you, we talked about it this week on the coaches show. I was trying to compare, draw a contrast between this team and last year's team. And last year we the first 4, 5, 6 games we were having trouble putting a full 4 quarters together. It was like we'd be awesome for 2 quarters and then maybe lay down a couple of quarters. And Alan pointed out something that I had never thought about. They lost their whole spring workouts.
Right.
They didn't get to, because of COVID, they didn't get to do those fine-tuning things. Our game is a very mental game, and the way we play. And so losing spring, I had no idea the impact that it would have, but it had a huge impact on the Buckeyes getting it together. Now, by the time they got to game 5 or so, they were Buckeyes, and they looked great. What I think is pretty amazing is the fact that they look like in game 1, they look like they were in game 4. Last week, they look like they're in game 6.
Unbelievably sharp.
Really sharp, executing, not making a lot of mental mistakes. And when I say mental mistakes, I mean illegal procedure type penalties, offsides, those kind of things. We had 3 15-yard penalties, but that's just being aggressive.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's hustle.
penalties.
That's hustle penalties. And as long as you're not doing something stupid after the play, it's just a being aggressive, which all 3 of them were. They were just a little bit late on the hit or whatever. Sometimes referee staffs are a little more picky than others, where we had a rough in the quarterback call, for example.
And maybe when you're playing in Jeff Traylor Stadium, it's a little extra picky, maybe. Maybe.
Yeah, just a little.
Maybe.
Just a little, just to, poke the bear a little bit. but I thought the guys have played clean. They've played disciplined. They look sharp. Their routes are sharp. I tell you what, talking on the defensive side of the ball, just absolutely amazing. That front 7. And here's the thing. When I say front 7, I could really say front 21.
Yeah.
No, I can say front 21. Because here's the thing. They're trading in those linebackers and those front line, and they got about 3 sets or so of trade outs that you'll see them coming in and out of the field. The amazing thing is that the second group and the third group comes in. You can't tell a lot of difference between the first group.
No drop off.
The depth of this team is what's going to give this team the best shot that they have of going back to a state championship title game, because they have depth at those positions. They've got size. The defensive line is enormous. The linebackers we have are fast and big. So that front 7, not a lot gets by. You'll see that tonight there won't be much getting through there for sure. And then on the offensive side of the ball, the story there, weapons everywhere. Yeah, you want to throw left, you throw left. You throw right, you throw short, you throw across the middle. There's too many good players out there to cover. And then if they are covering you well, hand it off to one of 3 of the best backs in East Texas. Or your quarterback can bootleg, because he's also one of the best backs in East Texas. So it is going to be a great year, a lot of fun to watch. And we're going to go now to the field, turn our attention toward the field as we get prepared to honor our country with the national anthem.
As we all know, tomorrow marks the 20th anniversary of the events of September 11th, 2001, a day that forever changed our nation and the world. Prior to our national anthem tonight, we would ask you to take a moment of silence to pause, reflect, and to remember. Tonight, we also want to specially remember the family of Dr. Gerald Walton, a former GISD school board member and patron of this community who passed away very suddenly earlier today. We remember the Walton family. Would you please join me in a moment of silence?
We're now going to observe a moment of silence.
Thank you. And now our national anthem.
Now the national anthem. There's something wrong with you. We always say if that don't light your fire, your wood's wet.
That's right.
We'd also like to make a very sad announcement tonight. We're going to dedicate this game to the memory of Dr. Gerald Walton, who was tragically killed this afternoon in an accident on his farm. Our prayers and thoughts certainly go out to their family. A true tragedy for all Gilmerites. He was a former school board member, a very involved community leader in the community, and great Buckeye fan. And so we hate to be the ones to break that news to anyone that hasn't already heard it, but we want to send out our thoughts and prayers to his family tonight and dedicate this game to their family.
Absolutely. Captains going out for tonight's game. Number 20 is Jose Hernandez. Number 4, of course, is Cody Guidry that we've seen here for the last couple of years. 21, the talented running back LaDainian Jackson that you'll see a lot of tonight. And number 15 for the Buckeyes is Weston Mahan, the senior, who also has some kicking duties. So we'll have the coin flip. Homecoming night against Atlanta. And looks like that Atlanta has won the toss and deferred, so the Buckeyes will get the ball to start it out here tonight. And we look for early fireworks as lots of different interesting milestones can be taken up tonight as we see Brandon Tennyson, obviously the quarterback for the Buckeyes, heading to University of Texas San Antonio to play for Coach Jeff Traylor and Coach Kurt Traylor there. Congratulations to both of them, by the way, Jeff. Huge win against the Power 5.
Wasn't that awesome?
Fighting Illini. We cheered them on last week here.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
And they got Lamar tomorrow and got the Road
I think
Runners.
those guys are listening tonight, by the way. Congratulations.
Absolutely.
Coaches.
So proud of you guys. And it's hard to believe that you take a bunch of people in Illinois that'll pay you $1.2 million to fly a bunch of Texas boys up there, take a rear end kicking, and send you back home with a pocket full of money.
I think next year they ought to give them like a 10% off coupon or something for that deal. So we're excited. Hey, Todd, you're getting a kick out of this. I just got a text message from Mike Ward. He and his family are watching tonight from the back of a pickup truck in the south end zone. They're saying they're listening to you from the COVID quarantine unit in the south end zone. They can't come in the stadium, so they're at the into the end zone down here watching the Buckeyes. That is dedication.
I love
Buckeye fans. Not going to miss the game.
Well, we gave Philip Williams, a pass last week when he had COVID, and we've just decided to implement a rule here that if you're watching the Buckeyes with us live and you're here in spirit, then it counts. Your presence counts.
It counts.
Also, I want to say a special shout out to Colonel Neil Metzel, who's back in Japan after a long trip back. We are glad that he is joining us from the land of tomorrow. They are listening to us tomorrow morning. It's a pretty good trick, huh, Jeff? So, Colonel Metzel, welcome to your weekend start, and the Buckeyes are about to kick it off here. We'll kick it over to the voice of the Buckeyes, Jeff Rash.
All right, lining up for the kickoff. It's Friday night. Here is the opening kick. And it is going to be fielded on the 6-yard line by number 17, Rowan Llewellyn. Down the left sideline, found a hole, broke one all the way back to the end zone for an opening kickoff touchdown right now. And there it is across the line.
We know Rose fast because that took 13 seconds to go 96 yards on that return. And Rowe has just, I think with that, let's look at the yardage. Well, let's put it this way. He's halfway now. He had 1,187 yards in school history. And he needs one more of those to catch his brother Trey on the way to catching Willie Darden and Manuel Johnson and Darian Pollard and Lamar Harris and a whole bunch of more guys. But that list is going to be like a ladder for Rowe, who's got another year and a half on his contract.
Yeah.
He's a big-time player.
94-yard scamper all the way down the left sideline for the Buckeye score. And here's the snap. Kick is up and good. And, folks, it's going to be that kind of night, I think, all night. So buckle in and get ready for more of the same. We'll be right back after these commercial messages.
Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzy and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
And back to Jeff Traylor Stadium, where it took all of 13 seconds for Roe Fluellen to take the opening kick back 94 yards for a Buckeye touchdown. 11:47 left, one play, one score for the Buckeyes as they now get ready to kick it back off to Atlanta. And we'll kick it to the voice of the Buckeyes, Jeff Rash.
All right, here comes number 20, Hernandez, with the big leg. I think they're going to go deep on this kickoff. A lot of times we'll do a high pooch kick. This one is going to be deep. Oh, down to the 7-yard line. Fielded right up the middle. Buckeyes coming downfield and collisions happening around the 20-yard line. I think they're going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 21-yard line.
Good tackle there by number 30 for the Buckeyes. That's senior Joseph Clark on good coverage. And number 37 there as well for the Buckeyes is Braden Rash in on that tackle on special teams. 80 yards from pay dirt. Here come the Rabbits down 7-0 already, 11:40 left after that exciting opening kickoff touchdown return by Roe Fluellen. Here's the first play from scrimmage for the entire game now for Atlanta.
All right, tight package for Atlanta. They got 2 receivers in tight, 2 backs in the backfield. They've got a little motion. They're going to hand off up the middle, and look at there, breaks one out for a good 7-yard run. Good blocking up front there by Atlanta.
That's number 7, Jeff. That is the speedster, Daniel Hernandez. He's a senior, and you see how quick he is when he hits the hole. He's not a very big guy, but he is the absolute epitome of the Atlanta Rabbits. He's going to be at 0 to 60 right now. His acceleration is phenomenal. He picks up 7 quick yards and just in a very small little crease there. That's about all he needs. Of course, Jeff, he's probably 5'8" and 160 pounds soaking wet, but he can fly.
Well, like we said, a lot of speed in Atlanta, always is. Same set for Atlanta offensively. They're going to hand off once again, number 7, and there he's going to get drugged down instantly. First guy there, number 54. Guess who that is? Big Borda.
Big Braylon Ward.
Ward, excuse me.
And well,
from his nose guard
very
position,
interchangeable.
yeah.
So Borda, Ward, Matt Burton, those 3, and are flanked by, you know, if those guys aren't the beef package enough, the guy on the outside there is Jerron Choice.
That's some big boys right down there.
That's some
We're used
beef.
to looking across the line at the other team going, man, they're big. But this year, I'm looking at the Buckeyes going, man, they're big. Big boys.
3rd and 4. Atlanta needs to get to their own 31 for a first down. They went backwards of the yard on that play, Jeff. Let's see if the Buckeyes can get off the field here on 3rd down.
All right, they're sending everybody out. Quarterback is in the shotgun. Triple receiver's right. Rolls out, throws one, caught on the sideline, picks up the first down, scampers for a big 20-yard gain there or so. And that was just a extremely well-thrown ball. I thought it was going to get picked off. Our back went for the ball instead of the receiver. and turns that into a big first down for Atlanta. 1st and 10 from their own 47.
Yeah, Will Blakely out there at that corner position, and he has it absolutely timed perfectly, but Cameron Dickerson, another little kind of scat back, catches that one, stays on his feet, and scampers up the field for 20 yards. First down, Atlanta.
4-man front for the Buckeyes defense. Handoff up the middle, and he is met there by
everybody.
Number 44, Matthew Burton, one of the first guys there. I think also by Braylon Ward.
Yeah, they decided
to. If I'm back tonight, I'm going to be, I'm saying, hey, Coach, let's run some sweeps.
Yeah, run away from 44.
Let's run some sweeps tonight.
Yeah, they had Yambri parade practice there. The Buckeye defense, Matt met him in the hole, and then all of a sudden there were 9 guys that took up positions right behind Braylon and pushed him back about 7-8 yards.
That's one of the things we talked about this week on the coaches show was the swarm. The Buckeye defense swarms. And they tell these guys that their value to the team is based on the proximity they are from the ball when the whistle is blown. So all these guys, look at this, they're sending 5 guys up front. They're coming hard, and they're going to sweep outside. That was a good call by Atlanta because we were coming and filling every gap in the middle, and they swept around the right side and picked up another big first down. That was just a lucky or skillful play call there on the part of Atlanta.
Well, that's the young sophomore, Larandian Dowden, who's another speedster back there. As you say, Jeff, the one thing that Atlanta never seems to lack is speed. And that's 3 guys already that the Rabbits have shown when they get the ball that can absolutely scoop when they get possession.
All right, let's see what the Buckeyes defensively are offering again. Yeah, they're sending everybody again. I mean, look at this incredible pressure they are putting on that offensive line, trying to get in the head of the quarterback. They're going to go around the left side this time and not going anywhere. That whole defensive front there, the first guy there again, number 54, Braylon Ward. Braylon got a hand on him.
Yeah, I think that was 54 and 56 that kind of got there at the same time. And that turns into an 8-yard loss, and that is a giant step backwards. And I think the back on that play is saying, Coach, let's put that one away for a while. That's not a play that's going to work very well. This Borda gets great penetration, and he just literally intercepts the back.
Well, you don't often see the Buckeyes line up 5 guys, if you're not in the end zone on the front line, so that was kind of interesting. They're going to line up, they got 4 down linemen this time. They're going to throw a pass. They're going deep across the middle, way overthrown. 2 Buckeye defenders back there in the back. You had number 2, Parker Gillo, and number 13, Tyson Wilson. And they had that wrapped up, but it was way overthrown.
Yeah, it looked like the quarterback on that play just reared back and just chunked it as far as he could. That's number 13 for Atlanta, Justin Pierce. He is the backup quarterback for Atlanta. Of course, the starter there normally is the coach's son, Plunk, who has had a knee injury earlier in the scrimmage game. And so Atlanta's shorthanded from the very beginning here tonight against these Buckeyes who have pushed it back almost to midfield on this possession so far.
All right, once again, a 4-man front on the defense. Dropping back, looking to pass. He's got nowhere to go, running for his life. He's forced to throw it away. And that pass is complete to a Buckeye coach over on the sideline.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was Coach Schaefer, but he was wide open, I'll tell you that, Jeff. And he was wearing a white shirt too, and the Atlanta Rabbits are going to be forced to punt. But, Jeff, not before they pick up a few first downs, and right now, the ever-dangerous number 17, Rolf Llewellyn, standing back at about his own 27. He's already got a touchdown tonight with a return kick of the opening kickoff, 96 yards. And I think I'd adopt the strategy of don't kick it to him.
Yeah, they are probably not excited about seeing him back there again. And a lot of pressure there on the punter by Cody Guidry. Rowan's going to field that on about the 17-yard line, and look at him go right up the middle, back out to the 30-yard line. Nice return there by Rowan. And Buckeyes going to take over for their very first offensive possession of the game. 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line.
8 minutes left in the first quarter. Bucks lead 7-0. Couldn't have started out this homecoming game any better so far. And they now get ready to take their first offensive snap behind BT and these fast break Buckeyes.
All right, here comes the snap. It's going to be a jet sweep around the right side, and number 17 for Atlanta trips that one up. He gets into the backfield quickly. That was a handoff to Haynes on the jet sweep. And they just shut that down for a loss of 1, so good defensive play there by Atlanta. 2nd and 11, ball on the 29. 2 backs in the backfield now for the Buckeyes.
Not something you see very often, Jeff, from the Buckeye offense.
From the shotgun, they pull up, and I tell you, that was thrown to Parker Gillo, but he was surprised. I think he turned and the ball hit him in the stomach. I don't know if he didn't know that ball was coming to him or if he just wasn't ready for it yet, but that's going to fall incomplete. 3rd and 11 for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, Parker came out of his break, and BT kind of stepped up and went ahead and delivered that throw, but he threw it at the same speed he normally would, and Parker turned around, and literally that ball almost caught him.
All right, Buckeyes send 2 receivers left, 2 right, 1 back in the backfield. From the shotgun, here's the snap. Dropping back, Brandon Tennyson, plenty of time, running upfield, and good defense there by the Atlanta Rabbits. He gets about 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 4 yards short of the first down. So Buckeyes looking at 4th and 4.
Out to the 36-yard line.
And they are sending in the punt team.
So an absolute moral victory here early for Atlanta as the Buckeyes on a couple of miscues offensively go 3 and out here.
Dickerson to receive the punt from Hernandez.
All right, there's Hernandez, and he does a great job getting that kickoff and just takes a huge bounce. Fielded on the 22 and instantly met by the Buckeyes. Knocked down, that was I believe number 12 and number 20. I'm looking at it here. Who else we got there? As you look at 22. Is that 22? I think that's Watson.
Yeah, that's Watson in on the tackle. Number 4, Dickerson.
Cade Bowman also on the tackle there.
Yeah, Caden does a good job covering there. Sure tackle, but that's a smart play by Dickerson for the Rabbits, the junior. Of course, he's the speedster, Jeff. But before that ball can bounce and bounce and bounce down around close to his 10, he just fields it and gets upfield a couple of yards and probably saves himself at least 10 or 12 on that play.
Yeah, that ball would have kept rolling probably down inside the 10. So he put them in better field position. 1st and 10 from their own 24. Here's the snap. Handoff up the gut. And he gets back out to the 25-yard line, maybe a 2-yard gain. So we'll call that 2nd and a long 8.
That's Derek Borda in on that tackle from his tackle position. It's just like you said, Jeff, the Buckeyes start already to substitute guys in and out on that defensive line. 2nd down.
2nd down and 8.
And for Atlanta, Jeff, they've played half a quarter here and managed to hold the Buckeyes to that opening kickoff. Return for a touchdown. They're staying in the game and eating clock.
Oh, 44. Matt Burton just missed. He changed at the last moment. He changed holes and just ran right by the ball carrier. So they pick up the first down, get all the way out to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, you see the toughness of number 22 there, the young sophomore, Larandian Dowden, and just speed to burn for Atlanta, which is nothing new. The last time Atlanta beat Gilmer was in 2003 on their way to a state championship. Of course, the Buckeyes won it the next year, led by Manuel Johnson. But that is the winning streak that is on the line here for the Buckeyes tonight.
Handoff to 22 around the right side, and he's going to be dropped for a loss. There's a flag on the play, probably going to be a hold there against Atlanta.
Yeah, 56, Jeff, for the Gilmer Buckeyes. Of course, that's Derek Borda, is literally in the backfield, and he's tackling the guy that's blocking him and reaches around and tackles the running back, drags back both of them backwards and draws the flag. It's going to be 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and I think that's going to wind up backing them all the way back. So the Buckeyes decline that penalty and take the loss.
Yeah, they lost 5 yards, so
15.
they're going to just take the loss of down, put them into 2nd down situation.
Atlanta happy to run clock, down to 5 minutes left in the first quarter. They got 2nd and 15. They need their own 45 for a first down.
2 receivers wide right, man goes in motion. Fumbles the jet sweep around the left side, looking for a hole. Not going to find much of one. He gets back to maybe the line of scrimmage as a Buckeye defense up front, just playing tough up front, not giving up any ground whatsoever.
Malachi Darty,
And those front three for the Buckeyes, Jeff, I think a little bit greedy so far because they've probably played 10 snaps and 8 of them, the tackle's been made by one of the defensive linemen. And there's only 3 of them down there. And,
yeah, the linebackers are like, hey, man, let us in the game.
Brings up third down.
Probably a passing situation here for Atlanta. They need to get all the way out to their own 45 for a first down, Jeff.
All right, here's the snap. Quarterback's pass, long pass, overthrown once again. And boy, that was lucky for the Buckeyes, as our defender had fallen down, leaving the receiver on a fly pattern wide open. He's got a good arm, the quarterback does. He throws it a long way. He just has overthrown 2 receivers on 2 long passes.
It's Landon Watson on the coverage that, to your point, Jeff, fell down on the coverage, and that's some speed out there on the corners. If they connect on that, there's nobody that's going to catch those rabbits. Fortunate for the Buckeyes, bring up 4th and 15 in the second punt of this first quarter. 4 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Buckeyes lead 7-0.
All right, almost another block, forces a kind of a poor punt. That was Cody Guidry coming off the left side. He's going to get a hold of one of those. You know, Cody is so fast. And he comes around there with no regard for life or limb, and he will throw himself in front of a punt and not give it 2 thoughts.
Yeah, just another weapon in the arsenal as we saw last year.
Tough kid.
Yeah, he's tough as nails, probably as tough as they come. And he's somewhere in that mix in the Buckeye backfield anytime that they want to go to number 4.
Trip receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Looking, throwing. Sets up the inside screen. Rowan Fluellen bounces out to the left side, and he's going to take this one to the house. All the way for the Buckeye touchdown. And that was just a well-executed play. That was an inside screen where the offensive line bumps their defensive line and lets all of them come through. Rowan runs an short inside screen. Normally you see a screen set up to the right or left out in the flat. This one was set up to the middle of the field and executed literally with perfection.
Yeah,
and Brandon Tennyson, to his credit, calm in the pocket.
No panic.
He is so relaxed.
No panic.
He throws it at the last possible second. He took a lot of shots last week for that calmness in the pocket. But boy, he just doesn't get rattled. Here's the snap, and the kick is up and good. Folks, Gilmer Buckeyes lead 14-0 with 3:47 left to play in the first quarter. We'll be right back.
Gilmer National Bank is your hometown community bank, serving people in East Texas for over a century. We are your neighbors, friends, and partners in making this a great place to live. Our employees make us a special place to do business. We are there for you when you need us. Come by and see us and find out what makes people say, "That's my bank." Gilmer National Bank, an equal opportunity lender and member FDIC.
All right, back to Jeff Traylor Stadium. 3:47 left to play in the first quarter. Gilmer leads evidently 13-0. We said 14-0 because it looked like the kick was, I'm so used to saying kick up and good. Evidently, we missed it, and I sure missed watching for the officials because from my vantage point, it looked like it was right through the middle.
I did too, Jeff. I thought for sure that Hernandez had kicked that straight through. But the scoreboard says 13-0, and that's what we'll go with here. As Jeff, as you mentioned, 3:47 left, and this is will be the third time now that the Buckeyes kick off. Or second time. Let's see if they kick it deep again here, Jeff.
All right, here's Hernandez. Big foot, high kick, going to be fielded on the 10-yard line. Return to the right side by the Rabbits. Got a hold, got through. Finally drug down there by, let's see, that was number 34 on the tackle for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, Jeff, that's Sam
Fluellen.
You can never have too many Fluellens, especially if you're wearing orange and black. Sam does a good job bringing him down right at the 32-yard line where the Atlanta Rabbits will set up shop for their third possession 2 punts, and Buckeye defense has done a good job so far against this very speedy and talented Atlanta offense.
All right, 4-man rush for the Buckeyes. They're going to try to go outside. He cuts back up the middle and is drugged down there in the front side. I believe that was number 18. Picked up the tackle on that one. That's Michael Colbert from his linebacker position.
Did a good job, Jeff, there staying home because the cutback lane was there, and Michael just reached out and grabbed a hold of that rabbit before he got going. Held him to 2 yards. That could have been a much, much bigger gain had Michael not made that play.
All right, once again, 4-man rush for the Buckeyes. Man goes in motion for the Atlanta Rabbits. Handoff up the gut. A lot of humanity up there, and he is good for about 3 yards on the carry.
Another 3rd down opportunity for the Buckeye defense here with under 3 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Gilmer once again leading 13-0 and pretty much comfortably in charge of the game, Jeff, but you'd like to see them get into a little bit of kind of a rhythm. The defense has played a lot of snaps so far, but another opportunity to get the Atlanta Rabbits off the field who are comfortably in the huddle and taking as much time off the clock as they can.
2 receivers split out, wide to the right, 1 to the left. Man goes into the slot. Quarterback rolls to his right side, fires one just a little bit low, and that's going to fall incomplete, bring up 4th and 4, and probably force the Rabbits into a punting situation.
Now here comes the punt team, and back again will go Ro Fluellen. And I would just continue to not kick it to number 17, who so far he's touched it twice tonight, and the 2 times that he has landed in the end zone. Those 58 yards on the last screen pass for a touchdown.
Yeah, the problem with Rowan Fluellen not kicking it to him is he'll go scoop it up wherever it is.
He is a smart football player.
He's not afraid to go get the ball. He's got an instinct for the ball. Good punt, all the way down past the 30 to the 27. Rowan picks it up, and as he's got 2 defenders on him immediately, but he just stops it from bouncing any further. And no opportunity for a return there. Buckeyes will take over 1st and 10 from their own 23.
So here comes BT and the Buckeyes once again, and they are 77 yards away. 2 minutes and 3 seconds left here, leading 13-0, and it has not taken them long with these drives so far, Jeff, here tonight. Let's see what they do with their 2nd possession. First ended in a 3 and out, then a 58-yard touchdown. This will be their 3rd possession.
All right, Haynes in kind of a tailback position. Brandon rolls to his right side and gets sacked by number 8 for Atlanta. Good heads-up play there by Atlanta, getting penetration.
And that's the speedster, DeCorian Parker, the senior. And when you got wheels enough to run down Brandon Tennyson from behind, you know you got wheels. That backs the Buckeyes up 6. It looked like Brandon thought, no problem, I'll just roll away from this pressure. And DeCorian Parker there just ate that ground up. Lots of speed for Atlanta.
All right, 3 receivers left, 1 right, 1 back in the backfield. Here's the snap. They're going to hand it off to Haynes up the middle. Nope, fakes the handoff and tries to hit number 5
that's
across
Rockwell.
the middle. That's Keith Rockwell, and he is tackled immediately, gets a gain of about 3. It's going to bring up 3rd and 13, so look for the Buckeyes to do something a little longer, maybe a post route right here to his brother, number 9, Jay Rockwell. Here's the snap. Rolls to his right side, in trouble, sets up the screen. They did a good job. Haynes down the sideline. Let's see what he can do. He's got 1 guy to beat, and he will beat him all the way to the end zone. And a big touchdown there for Haynes.
Once again, an outstanding job of setting up the screen, made possible by the feet of Brandon Tennyson.
Man, look at that offensive line setting up beautiful screens.
What
that is textbook.
Once you
picture perfect.
Once you get that break out there, it's a wind sprint, and Ashton Haynes had to hit all the jets that he had to outrun DeCorian. That's 77-yard touchdown pass.
That is just execution. Right there, and let's give kudos where it belongs.
That's the offensive line.
The offensive line has set up a perfect screen. They give the bump, they give Tennyson time to get back and in position, and they set up a wall that is just amazing. Here's the kick. This time we're going to watch. That's a good one.
That's good.
That's a good one. So it's going to be 20-0 with 40 seconds left to play. In the first quarter, we'll be right back.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Back to Jeff Traylor Stadium here. A 77-yard touchdown strike screen pass from Brandon Tennyson to Ashton Haynes, and he had to hit the Jets to outrun that secondary in Atlanta. Stretches this score to 20-0 with 40 seconds left in the first quarter. Jeff, we want to thank our buddies out at Duds who supplied us tonight with a little snick snack before we went on the air. Appreciate you guys so much.
Hey, listen, if you get a chance, if you haven't been to Duds, go out there and get the Papa. Order the Papa. Tell them Jeff Rash said I have to order the Papa. And just trust me, it's awesome. I've had one last night for dinner, one tonight for dinner. All right, here's, fumble. On the play, ball's bouncing around. It's anybody's ball. I think Atlanta may have come up with it. That was a high pooch kick to the right side, and it was fumbled, but I think Atlanta got lucky and fell on top of it.
They did, Jeff. Well, it does. They're going to be open late tonight for homecoming, and I think this one maybe running clock in the second half, have plenty of time. Then tomorrow, get this, Jeff, they're open for football hours.
They need to bring one more deal.
Yeah, Eric Connens got left out, our camera guy, and he watched me eat a Papa.
Yeah, and
Uncle Rob in here doing stats for us.
Yeah, you guys don't know it, but JT beat you to the punch already tonight. But
yeah, we want to thank them for that. But trust me, folks, go out to the Duds, order the Papa.
What a spot to watch football all day
tomorrow. Will not be disappointed.
All weekend long, got brunch out there as well.
All right, here's the snap. Quarterback keeper up the middle, and he's got a little bit of room to run there. It didn't look like there was a lane, but evidently there was. So he picks up about 4 yards on the carry. It's going to be 2nd and 6.
Jeff, the one time that I went out to Duds, I am forbidden to go back, or else I'm going to have to move in, because as a big screen TV guy, it was nirvana. There were big screen TVs everywhere. I couldn't wait for Saturdays that are like coming up tomorrow. So if you want to go watch Coach Traylor take on the Lamar Cardinals, great place to go watch Saturday and Sunday football at Duds. Appreciate those guys so much. Into the first quarter, Buckeyes lead 20-0. We'll be right back after a word from our...
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second-guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Godarzi & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Godarzi & Young.
Back to Jeff Traylor Stadium. We're going to now start the second quarter. Gilmer Buckeyes lead 20-0. And
Jeff, we'll get some first quarter statistics here from Mr. Skinner, who brought a printer tonight. Appreciate the guru Mark Skinner on the stats. As we've gone to a new stat package that's got all kinds of neat little wrinkles that make us look intelligent, and trust us, folks, that's a chore. As this Buckeye Black Flag defense comes back on the field, 1 quarter, 0 points on the board. See if they can keep that going. Back to the voice of the Buckeyes, Jeff Rash.
Buckeyes showing a 3-man front. Once again, man in motion. Fakes the handoff, quarterback keeper up the middle, and he is met at the line of scrimmage. He may, somehow or another, the ball is out, or that's a helmet rather, and this guy's still on his feet. Ball did bounce out. Buckeyes are saying they have it. We don't know yet. We'll watch for the referee to signal, and it does. They do have it. Wow. So we saw a helmet fly out, and then we saw the ball fly out. So,
great run. It was a great run by the quarterback. He kept his knees turning, but he did not take care of the football. The Buckeyes grab him and just say, to heck with tackling, we're going to rip the ball out. And I think that was number 3 for the Gilmer Buckeyes, Arona, that stripped that ball. And here we are, first down Buckeyes right in front of us at the 40-yard line.
I don't know how you can tell who stripped it. There was a lot of hands and arms and legs and feet. It looked like Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner out there. I mean, it was a mess.
It's a scrum.
Man in motion. I don't know who has the ball in this one. I think they actually hiked that to the back.
Yeah, that was at the feet of Brandon Tennyson, I think, who reached down, grabbed it, and got it up just in time for Ashton Haynes to grab it. He lost 2 yards, but fortunately he just maintained possession of the football there. As that was kind of a broken play that was off from the snap of the ball. It'll be 2nd and 12 now for the Buckeyes from their Atlanta 42.
Okay, look to this left side over here. We got trip receivers. You got Rockwell. You got Fluellen out here. And let's see if they do a little inside route here, or if they try to go a little longer. They're going to dump one to Rowan Fluellen, who's going to pass to a wide open. He threw it just a little shy. He threw it to a wide open Haynes, who came out of the backfield and just kind of slipped by everybody. And so that was a double pass. Big first down there for the Buckeyes. We haven't seen that this year. Handoff to Haynes up the middle, breaking tackles, bounces out to his left, back to the middle, down to about the 7-yard line.
Boy, has Ashton developed into a great back, Jeff. He is, he's just a junior, and he toted the load throughout the playoffs last year for the Buckeyes as they marched to a state championship, but he has turned into quite the weapon for the Buckeyes.
And just a nice kid, too. Just a great kid.
Wonderful.
I can say that about all these guys down here. I love this football team. Just a great group of boys, great group of men. Rockwell in the corner. Touchdown. Jay Rockwell.
BT, that is the textbook back shoulder pylon throw.
Great job there by Rockwell.
Josiah Rockwell.
Reeling that one in.
Who is so physically talented, Jeff. I didn't realize really how big Josiah is until I walked into the field house and he held the door open for me today.
He's a man.
And he is a great kid as well. And that is textbook perfection there. As Brandon took a little heat on that pass, still delivered it to the back shoulder. JR went and got it and took it away from the defender. And just like that, 26-0 Buckeyes, extra point left to come.
All right, here's the kick, and it is right through the middle. 10-19 left to play in the second quarter. Gilmer 27, Atlanta 0. We'll be right back. Extra, extra. Read all about tonight's game in Thursday's Gilmer Mirror, complete with pictures, coaches' comments, and a look at next week's opponent. The Gilmer Mirror has been serving the citizens of Upshur County since 1877. You know, reading the news online is fine, but there is nothing like physically picking up your hometown paper, turning the pages, and catching up on everything going on in our area. If you're not subscribing to the Gilmer Mirror, you're probably missing out. It's one of my favorite publications, and I know you'll love it too. The Gilmer Mirror, www.gilmermirror.com. Todd, you know what excites me?
What's that?
It excites me that we've got one of the best football teams in the state of Texas. It excites me that we've got one of the best ag programs, RTC, sweepstakes award-winning band year after year. And when guests pull up, they see the best high school facility probably, certainly in East Texas, and one of the best in the state of Texas. And that is a great source of pride for all of us here in Gilmer. If you live in Gilmer and within the sound of my voice tonight, you should be very proud. We had a 15-yard penalty assessed, evidently unsportsmanlike conduct probably called. So the Buckeyes are actually kicking from the 45-yard line of their opponent. And here's the kickoff. They're just going to go ahead and kick it right through the back of the end zone. That's going to be, no, he's going to bring it out. Wow, right through the middle. That is confidence. I like it. All the way out to the 13-yard line. is where they're going to probably spot the ball. I think I would have taken a knee on that one.
Yeah, I think Hernandez was a little shocked, and so were the Buckeyes, because obviously they had instructions to just kick this one deep. And he brings it back from 8 yards deep, and it's a 20-yard return, but because he was so deep, he's only at the 13-yard line. So that's where Atlanta will set up on this drive.
200 people at least online watching it now. Don't go to
I'm getting a...
Yeah, folks, so we're getting a couple of texts. Where are you guys located? Obviously, go to GilmerBuckeyes.com and just follow the links to the live stream, and you will pick us up right there. As the Atlanta Rabbits come to the line of scrimmage, 1st and 10 from their own 13, 10-10 left. Buckeyes lead 27-0. This is a handoff of the left side. Back gets about 6 yards out to the 18-yard line. Let's call that 5 yards. Just a straight dive play. Hernandez on the carry as we click under 10 minutes left to play in here in this first half. It has been all Buckeyes so far here tonight as we get this young Buckeye Black Flag defense substituting in and out. Big number 24 in, Ryan Brown, senior at the nose guard position now. 2nd and 5.
All right, they're going to send 4 guys up front. Here's the snap, handoff up the middle. And not a lot of room to run, but he does manage to pick up 2. That's going to bring up 3rd and a long 2 for the Atlanta Rabbits.
Jeff, you know, Atlanta wants to get their athletes out in space as well, but unfortunately, if you throw incomplete passes, you stop the clock, you give the Buckeyes more opportunities. You're already down 27-0. You still got 9 minutes left in the first half. Looks like Coach Plunk has just kind of decided that, you know, whatever we're going to do, we're going to take our time to do it. We're going to run as much play clock as we possibly can, and we're going to try to keep the ball on the ground. 3rd and 2, they need their own 23 for a first down. Let's see if the Black Flag can stand up here on what is obviously a power down. They got a new back end. Looks like he's maybe one of the biggest guys on the field.
All right, handoff at the middle. He's got a hole to run through. Look at this. He powers forward out past the 35-yard line. Big first down there for Atlanta.
And that's just student body all ahead as Atlanta gets behind that big right side of the offensive line, the most beef that they can throw at it. And the big fullback, he's probably 5'10", 230 pounds, comes in and just barrels straight ahead for a first down. I think they'll probably keep him in the game, Jeff, and rinse and repeat and try this on the other side now.
Well, he just had a great hold. They're actually lining up in a power I formation with a quarterback keeper here over the left side, and he gets maybe a yard on it. They actually put a power I formation in, but the quarterback was in a shotgun formation.
It was
Never
like
seen that.
Power Wildcat.
Yes.
I guess that's it.
Yes.
They snap it to a different quarterback. Number 8 comes in for Atlanta on that last snap, DeCorian Parker, the speedster. And he just keeps it straight ahead on his own read. But it brings up 2nd and 9, and they come back to their passing quarterback, who's played most of the night. That's number 13, Justin Pierce.
Okay, man in motion for Atlanta. Handoff up the middle to number 7. He's got room to run, picks up 5. I think he was hit there by Cody Guidry maybe, or number 13, I think Tyson Wilson came up, made the stop.
Brings up another money down for the Buckeye defense as we're going to click under 7 minutes on this play in the first half. Once again, Buckeyes cruising from the opening kickoff return 96 yards or 94 yards by Rowan Fluell, and the Buckeyes have not trailed, leading 27-0 with 7 minutes left in the first half. 3rd and 5 now for Atlanta.
2 receivers right, 1 left. Man goes to the slot. Quarterback's alone in the shotgun, rolls to his right side, looking to go downfield, and that was not a bad thrown ball. I think that potentially could have been caught. He was running stride for stride with Caden Tennyson, but just a slightly overthrown. I think an aggressive receiver might have reeled that one in.
Yeah, not much air put under that, and that would have given Caden time. That's number 82, another speedster for the Atlanta Rabbits on the outside, Malachi Darty, and he's got an appropriate last name as he darts up the field. The fall's incomplete, brings up 4th and 5. Once again, the punter for Atlanta stands at his own 25.
All right, here's the punt, and it's a good one. Going to be fielded on the 20-yard line. Rowan cuts up the middle, got some grass, spins out of a tackle, gets down to the 35-yard line.
6:32 left. The Buckeyes take over once again with a 27-0 lead. 16 yards on that return by Rowe.
Inside the 35-yard line.
Had a great night, obviously, here on homecoming. His junior year, we're very grateful that we still have another year left on Rowe's contract. He's got offers literally from everywhere in the country, including some fairly big SEC schools like the University of Tennessee.
2 receivers right, 2 to the left, 1 back in the backfield. From the shotgun, this is Tennyson. Man in motion. Spins to his right side, and they are all over that one. That was supposed to be a little inside pass to Parker Gilo. And number 8, who's had a pretty good defensive game for the Rabbits tonight, all over that one.
Senior DeCorian Parker, Jeff, and DeCorian has had some real success against these Buckeyes the last couple of years. He is quite an athlete.
All right, from the shotgun, it's going to be a handoff up the middle, and Atlanta does a good job of getting right in there on it. Not much there, maybe a yard. That was number 18, the ball carrier, Wilson.
Yeah, that's Michael Colbert.
Oh, excuse me, Colbert. I'm so sorry. I know Michael quite well. Fine young man.
Third down.
Good ball carrier. If he gets out in the open, watch what he does. This guy's fast. He can flat get after it. Hopefully they'll give him an opportunity to do that. Dropping back, trying to set up another screen. Tennyson spins out of a tackle, tucks it, decides to run, and he is tackled at the 43.
And he makes it interesting as he runs over a defensive back.
The ball carrier
and they're going to pull him off the field, and I think we're going to punt again, although it's 4th and 3. Normally this would be a situation where I think the Buckeyes would go for it, but in this case...
Well, they're actually coming over here to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm not sure this may not be a fake punt, Jeff. 4th and 3 is... Buckeyes and Coach Metzel have opportunities here to put some things on film with some big games coming up. But it is the punting unit that goes out, trips to the right-hand side, 4th and 3 in their own territory.
All right. Here's the snap. And nice punt, big roll. Buckeyes down there to defend it, and it's going to roll down to about the 12-yard line.
That is... I hate
Watson.
to say it.
It's Watson.
That's Watson.
Listen, you always know that's going to be a Greg Watson's kid. Right?
So, just to, if you didn't see it, and somehow you're listening, it's worth the replay as Landon Watson goes down and literally lays down
and rolls with the ball.
And rolls with the ball.
Yeah. And once again, folks, that is the son of Amber and Greg Watson. That is their genetics down there on the field. Great kid, too.
Absolutely fabulous.
A lot of fun. He's a lot of fun.
Landon made literally one of the best plays in the playoffs last year, causing a fumble against Caddo Mills that led to that victory and a march to the state championship. Smart football player. They're even a better kid.
Handoff up the middle. Big hole. Nice job there by the Rabbits getting out. Big 8-yard gain.
Out near the 15-yard line.
And Atlanta absolutely content, Jeff, to keep things on the ground here, trailing 27-0, and quite frankly, it could be a lot worse. And that's a good pickup on first down, bring up 2nd and 2, as they got 20 seconds on the play clock, and they're going to use every bit of it.
Atlanta sends 2 receivers wide right, 1 to the short side of the field. They're going to keep 1 back in the backfield. Man in motion, handoff up the middle. And no place to go. Buckeyes stopped that one.
Well, he hit a wall, and I think he only gained 1 yard. And once again, the Buckeyes with a money opportunity to get off the field. So we tick down. We'll be about 3 minutes and 25 seconds left in the half when we snap this 3rd down. Appreciate so much everybody out there in Buckeye land and across the globe, really listening to your Gilmer Buckeyes here at homecoming. Things well in hand, 27-0 is the score against these Atlanta Rabbits, who, Jeff, they have the toughest schedule in Class 3A Division I. the absolute toughest. They're going to call a timeout, and we'll take a break as well and come back with this big third down play right after this.
Because of investments in our surrounding infrastructure, eTex offers advanced improvements in internet connections, service experience, and quality of life for our customers. The driving force for eTex has been to create a state-of-the-art company using both the latest technology and local expert technicians, people you know. And best of all, a certified support team that delivers quality support within hours, not days. eTex, local support from the team you trust.
Back to the action here, 3:25 left from Jeff Traylor Stadium in this first half. Buckeyes have things well in hand, 27-0. Once again, we want to thank all of our sponsors, Godarzi & Young, who just does so much for our community and for our school system in terms of their sponsorships. They are the official sponsor of the band and official sponsor of our show as well. We want to say thanks to Brent and Marty. Back to the action here, 3rd and 1.
All right, here's the snap. Handoff up the middle, running into a whole bunch of black jerseys, and he's not going to get that. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Buckeyes do a good job there. It's going to be 4th and 1.
Big smooth on the tackle. Jerron Choice, number 7. As man, Jeff, he's a specimen now. I tell you what, such a nice, wonderful young man. Yeah, Jerron is a beast.
Yeah, he is a big boy. And a nice young man, too.
Big Smooth, as they call him, because anybody that big and moving that fluidly can't be called anything other than Big Smooth. 4th down and 1, and they're going to ride this clock all the way down and call another timeout here before they punt it. So with 2:37 left, or 2:36, we'll take another quick break during this timeout and come right back after these messages.
The Med Shop Pharmacy in Gilmer's features a drive-through pharmacy for all your prescription and over-the-counter drug needs. Place refills using our free phone app RX2Go, or use our convenient auto refill line 24/7 at 903-680-2626. Stop by and see our unique gift items for all occasions, or visit us on the web at gilmermedshop.com. And don't forget, the Med Shop is your flu shot and vaccine headquarters for the fall and winter season. The Med Shop Pharmacy, your friendly hometown pharmacy.
Here we go.
Back to the action here, 2:36 left. Stick with us at halftime, folks. Such a great special on a special young man, Mr. Caden Bledsoe, coming up at the half.
Handoff up the middle, trying to get those 2 yards on 4th. I don't think he made it. I think he maybe got a half a yard. Buckeyes going to stop him here in great field position.
Number 44, Matt Burton, shuts that down.
Turnover on down.
Yeah, Todd, tease that up a little bit for him. At the first of, right when we go to halftime, we're going to play a video that was aired on KETK
last night
about one of our freshman students that is battling an illness, and they did a great special on him. Grab a tissue.
Yeah, Caden Bledsoe, such a special young man. Classmate Jeff of my son and your daughter, both in that freshman class coming in this year, and just a wonderful young man, contributing all he can while he overcomes some real adversity in life. And
so
just
stick around for that at the first of halftime. Look at that athletic move there over the top, and still not going to result in much. That was number 10, Caden Tennyson. And Caden coming around on the sweep. Nothing there. But he literally hurdled one would-be tackler.
And it's healthy for Caden as a freshman to get a taste of some real speed. He's not used to coming around the corner and having anybody waiting on him. But it's hard to outflank these Atlanta Rabbits.
Here's the snap. Tennyson pulls up, looking to pass, dumps one out to Rockwell, and he just steps around and right into the end zone for the Buckeyes score.
And that's Keith Rockwell.
And now we got flags going down. We got 4 flags being thrown down there. That means that somebody was pushing or shoving or running their mouth or something.
Offense, taunting. That foul enforced a city kickoff. The score is good.
So the touchdown counts. They get a taunting penalty on number 58 for the Buckeyes. And that is Braden Clinton. And Coach Metzel will have something to say about that. But in the meantime, you can't have enough Llewellyns, you can't have enough Rockwells, you can't have enough Tennysons in Gilmer. And almost all the above involved in that touchdown and in the scoring tonight is Big Keith Rockwell. Joins his brother on the touchdown club tonight, as number 9, Josiah Rockwell, had a touchdown catch earlier. Hernandez on for the extra point. Brandon Tennyson on the hold. Good hold, good kick. It is up and good, and the Buckeyes lead 34-0. And Jeff, just to get back a little bit to what you're going to see at halftime, young freshman Mr. Caden Bledsoe and how he is contributing to this Buckeye program, physically unable to perform in terms of participation himself, as you'll see in the piece. Great aired actually right after the Dallas Cowboys game last night, aired on KETK, and we'll share that with you right when this halftime gets there. So we'll take a quick break and be right back.
Growing up as a child in East Texas, I was always taught that I had to outwork my opponent. That same principle has carried over into our law firm. And for over 20 years, we've outworked each and every insurance company, lawyer, or corporation we've gone against. If you look at our results, they prove it. Put us to work for you, and we promise to never stray from the same East Texas work ethic that you were raised on.
Back to Jeff Traylor Stadium. We are a minute 43 from the half. Gilmer leads 34-0. And Hernandez set to kick. Now, earlier we were kicking with a 15-yard penalty in our favor. Now we're kicking with a 15-yard penalty assessed against us. But Hernandez has plenty of legs, so that's not going to be a problem. So kick, high pooch kick, fielded around the 35-40 yard line. And a host of Buckeyes there on the tackle.
Pancho Gonzalez, number 19, was leading the effort on that tackle.
Hernandez.
Not before that penalty, jumps up, gets the Rabbits started at the Buckeye 45, a minute 35 left to play in this first half, but the defense has just been outstanding, Jeff.
Where Atlanta will begin.
As we got
1:35 to play.
Plenty of Buckeyes in to get good experience here at the end of the half. Let's see if they can shut down these Atlanta Rabbits and hold them to that goose egg through a full half.
All right, Atlanta sends 2 receivers wide to the right, man in motion. They're going to blow that dead. It's going to back them up. Delay of game. Delay of game against the offense. That's a 5-yard penalty. It'll be repeat first down, 1st and 15 from the 50.
The Buckeye Band, the sweepstakes award-winning Buckeye Band, Jeff, getting into mid-season form as well. We'll see them here at halftime.
All right, Atlanta, same play. Man in motion here. Handoff up the middle, number 7. Got a running lane, got 6 yards.
Back to the original line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 now, Jeff.
45-yard line.
As Atlanta very content to keep possession and get in at halftime and stop the bleeding, so to speak, at 34-0. You definitely don't want to turn it over and give the ball back to the Buckeyes here before this first half comes to an end.
All right, Atlanta, man in motion. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back, launches one over the middle. Double coverage intercepted by the Buckeyes on the 12-yard line. That's Rowan Llewellyn pulling that one in.
Who else?
Had a big interception last week.
13-yard line.
He just makes play after play after play after play, and unfortunately, they've left the Buckeyes 47 seconds here, and that's actually the average drive so far tonight has been less than 47 seconds for the Buckeyes. They are, let's just say they're 87 yards away. But let's see what Coach Metzel does here, if he decides to keep it on the ground or try to stretch this lead out a little bit more before halftime.
All right, Buckeyes, 1st and 10th, they're only 11. Handoff around the right side to Cody Guidry. Has to run backwards before he can run forward. I think he gets maybe just back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he went out of bounds, but the referee says, hey, if you want to run it, we'll keep running the clock, as the Buckeyes will maybe get one more play off here, as the play clock and the game clock are about the same, and I'm not sure that Coach Metzel is even going to call a play. I think that will be the last play of the half. Once again, we want
Coach
to send
Metzel obviously being a gentleman here.
At
It's
homecoming,
34-0, absolutely. You know, not looking to humiliate the other team, and so the Buckeyes are going to go in at half, 34-0 here at homecoming. I also want to give a quick shout out before we go to the halftime here. We have a reunion in our midst. We have going to have to give a shout out to the class of 2011. Class of 2011 celebrating their 10-year reunion. So we want to congratulate them for having that tonight. We welcome them here at homecoming. And now, as we promised, we're going to go to replay the KETK special on Caden Bledsoe. So stay tuned and watch this.
An East Texas teenager is balancing schoolwork, filming football, and also battling tumors.
KTK's Frank Jefferson says there's some things bigger than diamond-studded Super Bowl rings in this exclusive After the Game special.
Caden Bledsoe was a 9th grader at Gilmer High School. He films the Buckeyes football games and practices. At first glance, you might not be able to tell, but Caden is going through more adversity than the average high school student.
I have 3 brain tumors in the brain and several down my spine.
Back in 2018, after enduring 4 months of severe migraines, doctors at Children's Hospital in Dallas diagnosed Caden with several tumors. Although benign, for Caden, this is a daily battle.
When you run into people that are going through things like this, it makes us have perspective, and we can be thankful for the things we're given, and we can rally around those who are having to fight through difficult times.
One of the things that takes Caden's mind off of the pain is filming for the football team.
It's just a way for me to be part of the team without being able to play football.
His hard work doesn't go unnoticed.
Honestly, I think he brings us good luck, especially for this year, after coming back from last year, and honestly, I think he's pretty much our lucky charm.
Everybody just compliments me on how good I film up there, you know, and it just feels nice to be appreciated.
Head coach Alan Metzel says his first time meeting Caden brought him to tears.
No sense of griping, no sense of feeling sorry for himself, and it about broke me down.
Caden has had an impact on Coach Metzel, his staff, and the players. And Caden says his source of strength for being so positive is his mom.
When I'm freaking out and crying, she's also freaking out and crying with me. I'm never alone when she's around. You know, she's just all-time support, you know.
Caden says his family will work together to get rid of the tumors.
I'm really determined to kill these things. And just get it all over with, you know. I pray to God every night that it just leaves my body.
Until that day comes, Caden says he plans to continue filming football and keep having faith.
In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
That God will bring him through. Frank Jefferson, KETK News.
Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
Gilmer National Bank is your hometown community bank, serving people in East Texas for over a century. We are your neighbors, friends, and partners in making this a great place to live. Our employees make us a special place to do business. We are there for you when you need us. Come by and see us and find out what makes people say, "That's my bank." Gilmer National Bank, an equal opportunity lender and member FDIC.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Godarzi & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Godarzi & Young.
Extra, extra! Read all about tonight's game in Thursday's Gilmer Mirror, complete with pictures, coaches' comments, and a look at next week's opponent. The Gilmer Mirror has been serving the citizens of Upshur County since 1877. You know, reading the news online is fine, but there is nothing like physically picking up your hometown paper, turning the pages, and catching up on everything going on in our area. If you're not subscribing to the Gilmer Mirror, you're probably missing out. It's one of my favorite publications, and I know you'll love it too. The Gilmer Mirror, www.gilmermirror.com.
Because of investments in our surrounding infrastructure, eTex offers advanced improvements in internet connections, service experience, and quality of life for our customers. The driving force for eTex has been to create a state-of-the-art company using both the latest technology and local expert technicians, people you know. And best of all, a certified support team that delivers quality support within hours, not days. eTex, local support from the team you trust.
The Med Shop Pharmacy in Gilmer's features a drive-through pharmacy for all your prescription and over-the-counter drug needs. Place refills using our free phone app RX2Go or use our convenient auto refill line 24/7 at 903-680-2626. Stop by and see our unique gift items for all occasions or visit us on the web at gilmermedshop.com. And don't forget, the Med Shop is your flu shot and vaccine headquarters for the fall and winter season. The Med Shop Pharmacy, your friendly hometown pharmacy.
Growing up as a child in East Texas, I was always taught that I had to outwork my opponent. That same principle has carried over into our law firm. And for over 20 years, we've outworked each and every insurance company, lawyer, or corporation we've gone against. If you look at our results, they prove it. Put us to work for you, and we promise to never stray from the same East Texas work ethic that you were raised on.
Rowdy Creek Ranch, located on Highway 300 between Gilmer and Longview, is your destination for a world-class escape. With everything from dinner and wine tastings to weekend retreats in our unique and luxurious glamping park, Rowdy Creek is a little piece of heaven right in our own backyard. Corporate events, reunion gatherings, weekend getaways, and even dinner with live music are all on offer at Rowdy Creek Ranch.
For all of your oil change and automotive service and maintenance needs, drop by Pit Stop Oil and Lube in Gilmer and take care of it with the fast, friendly, and full quality service. Pit Stop Oil and Lube is your hometown car care professional and can take care of anything your car needs to keep your vehicle running great and to keep you safe and satisfied. Conveniently located on Highway 271 North in Gilmer, if you need an oil change or inspection, make a pit stop at Pit Stop Oil and Lube.
You've heard the saying, location, location, location. Well, at First National Bank of East Texas, we've got branches, branches, branches to proudly serve our family of customers across East Texas and beyond, providing the convenient banking and financial services you need to grow your business or to help you manage your money and fulfill your personal financial goals. First National Bank of East Texas, because together, we're better.
Please join Jeff Rash and Alan Metzel each Monday morning for the Gilmer Buckeyes Coaches Show. Every week, Jeff and Alan discuss elements of the program, speak with special guests, give player updates, review key plays from the prior week, and give insights on the opponent for the current week. As a fan, this is your chance to go into the locker room and behind the scenes. To view the Coaches Show, go to GilmerBuckeyes.com and click on the Coaches Show button. Go Buckeyes!
When you're on the go and you've only got a minute, your Sefco store's got everything in it. From gas to groceries, you can find it right here. Aren't you glad there's a Sefco near? Day and night when you need the best, Sefco quality's as good as it gets. You'll find everything top of the line, and hometown service saving you time. Texans know when you're on the go, make it Sefco.
Smith Quality Meats, located at 604 Highway 271 South in Gilmer, just across from the junior high school, brings you the freshest cut, best quality meats anywhere. And now it is all right here in Gilmer. Just call 903-680-MEAT and let the experts at your locally family-owned Smith Family Meats set you up for your main course for any occasion. It is always prime time at Smith Quality Meats in Gilmer. Call us at 903-680-MEAT and tell Mr. Smith what you need today, so everyone at your house is happy tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the award-winning Gilmer High School Stars Drill Team, directed by Donna Lane and Lauren Murray. Officers from left to right are Emma Warden, Senior, Leila Hamilton, Senior, Chloe Dixon, Sophomore, Sarah Warden, Senior, and Lainey Drake, Senior. Star of the week is Miss Emma Cormier. The Stars perform a colorful disc routine to Lips Are Moving. fans stand up and cheer as the Stars kick to the Buckeye fight song. Ladies and gentlemen, Gilmer School District is proud to present one of the most decorated military marching bands in Texas, the pride of Upshur County, the UIL Sweepstakes Award-winning Gilmer Buckeye Band. And now we feature the GHS Majorettes as they perform a dazzling routine to Any Way You Want It. The Buckeye Band marches in the traditional American military style. The band steps off to the Vienna Philharmonic Fanfare by Strauss, Cyrus the Great, and Nettermeyer Triumphal Marches by Carl King.
field by senior drum major Jenna Height. The Gilmer ISD bands are directed by Eric Gray, Brandon Garman, Chris Witt, Sarah Thompson, and Emily Chenoweth. The major ed sponsor is Michelle Faulkner. Thank you for your attention to all of tonight's halftime performances, and go Buckeyes!
And back to the action here in Jeff Traylor Stadium as the Buckeyes get ready to take the field after the first half. Your Buckeyes lead the homecoming game 34-0. Just some first half statistics here for Atlanta. 4 first downs for the Buckeyes, only 5, but obviously with 2 scoring plays longer than 70 yards, that's to be expected. Total net rushing yards for Atlanta, 75, only 16 for the Buckeyes. But that's because, again, one of those long passing plays come straight through the air, as we see in net passing yards, 187 for the Buckeyes, only 20 for Atlanta. The Buckeyes run 17 offensive plays for a total of 203 total yards. And total offensive plays for Atlanta, 30 offensive plays for 95 yards. So the Buckeyes averaging almost 12 yards per play. Atlanta only 3.2 yards per play. As the time of possession dominated by Atlanta, 14 minutes and 4 seconds, but only 2 of 7 on third down conversions. The Buckeyes only 1 third down all night and only 6 minutes of possession, but it doesn't take long when you're scoring on special teams and on one play, long drives. The Buckeyes have already 3 plays with total yards over 70. So that's 210 total yards that have come off just 3 plays. So the Buckeyes lead 34-0. Let's see lots of young Buckeyes here in the second half. I want to send a special shout out to the Culinary Arts Department. Another fine and growing department here in our new high school, as Jeff mentioned in the pregame. So proud of our new high school. And for Gilmer, it is the Culinary Arts. They provide us with a whole lot of goodies every home game here in the press box. We'll sure miss that next week as we travel to Lindale and then on to Carthage. We want to say thank you to all of those teachers and faculty that are supporting our kids in so many different ways. Understand there is potentially a barbecue team coming to Gilmer High School with things like Smith Family Meats back in to Gilmer. We appreciate that very much. As we are going to take a quick break and recognize a quick sponsor and come back to the second half action. Once again, the Buckeyes lead homecoming 34-0 over Atlanta. We'll be right back after these messages.
two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzy and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
And back to Jeff Traylor Stadium to kick off this second half. And the voice of the Buckeyes, Jeff Rash.
All right, Gilmer Buckeyes kicking off as they receive the opening.
Wait, we got to turn Jeff's mic on.
All right, here's the pooch kick. High, going to be fielded on the 30-yard line. And several Buckeyes there.
Nice return out to the 47-yard line of Atlanta.
Hernandez, the kicker,
That was a pooch kick.
makes the tackle.
Sorry, I had a little mic trouble.
Where the Rabbits will begin.
And the Buckeye defense coming back on the field here. Put up a goose egg, Jeff, against this talented Atlanta Rabbit team. And I got to ride the elevator up after halftime with the Atlanta coaching staff. That was an interesting conversation we'll talk about a little bit. The first and 10 for Atlanta from their own 47, trying to get on the scoreboard for the first time tonight with this opening drive in the second half.
All right, here's the snap. Quarterback rolls to his right, tries to fire a bullet for a little short pass, and that was just played extremely well out there by number 4, Cody Guidry.
Yeah, and it, once again, just...
No, excuse me, that was Parker Gilo.
Yeah, that's Parker out there
Pass intended
playing the
for
corner.
Malachi Doherty, incomplete. Second half.
All right, so we're looking at 2nd and 10. Ball spotted on the 47-yard line for Atlanta. Buckeyes showing a 5-man rush. So they're going to fill every gap. And the back is going to be dropped for a loss. That was a good defensive call there by the defensive coordinator. Now we got a flag on the play. A little excessive celebration, I think, on the Buckeyes. Now he's throwing
hats,
flags. When the umpire has started throwing hats, that's not a good sign. So that's probably going to result in a first down for Atlanta instead of backing them up 7 or 8. and Watson goes. Who is his? Was that Watson? Watson picks up his hat and goes over and puts it on the ref's head.
Who promptly
takes it and throws it back on the ground.
Right now,
he was just trying to be polite. He was raised by, again, Greg Watson and Amber Watson, and he was trying to be polite. He picked up the guy's hat. Here you go, huh?
Sir, you dropped your hat. It's the white hat. It's the head referee.
A lot of referees are just ungrateful these days, and we just saw that displayed here in fashion.
I'm sorry, you gotta love it because you know we've got great kids. It's just trying to be helpful and.
Landon's hilarious.
I want to remind you that
that kid is funny.
Need to be in a seat at all times.
So we will see what all the flags are about, Jeff, as I think they're trying to.
I'm so happy we have that on video.
Here's the call.
After the play, there are multiple fouls. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. 56 on the defense.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 72. Correct. 72 White.
72 on White now getting a
unflustered.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 7 of the offense. Those are dead ball fouls. They will all be enforced.
Okay.
So one on Gilmer is 15.
Yep.
One on their offensive lineman, number 72, is 15 the other way. And then one on their number 7 is 15 backwards. So 30 yards minus our 15 gives them 15 yards of penalties. And as the referee said, to quote him, I'm flustered.
Yeah. Yeah.
My mic is on. I forgot. And after I'm doing Jane
And
Fonda,
I don't know where my hat is.
But now, Jeff, here's the good news. We do have clear landing in the south end zone because the referee has given us the clear landing signal.
Yeah. I don't blame you for being confused. I was confused what was going on down there. That took a lot of. I'm impressed that he got all that out. So that is 3rd and about 25 for the Rabbits. They're going to pass. Pass is complete, short, and look at this. Talking about turning a bad situation into a good one. He picks up a good 15 yards at least, all the way out across the 40.
Number 5 for the Buckeyes, Keith Rockwell, reaches out and grabs him before he can really get going. It brings up 4th down, and let's call it 14. And Atlanta will have to punt to the Buckeyes after just 1 minute and 1 second off the clock. Ro Fluellen will go back deep. And once again, Jeff, we talked about talking to the Atlanta coaching staff. And the one thing that they did note was that, hey, that Fluellen guy is just a really good football player. Yes, he is, and yes, we are grateful. And his 2 big brothers who are listening probably tonight are good football players themselves. And little brother is holding it down here, and he'll have another chance to return one here. Look out.
All right, well, I thought he called for a fair catch. Yeah, he did. He waved for a fair catch and caught it and ran. Fielded on the 20. And at first the referee let it go, and then they said, oh, wait a minute, he waved that off. And
Rose said, can a guy change his mind?
Yeah.
It was open, Coach. As Brandon Tennyson and the Buckeyes are going to come out, let's call it 79.5 yards away from pay dirt. 10:26 left to play in the 3rd quarter. 34-0 lead after a 3-and-out by the Buckeyes. The offense will come back on the field. 1st and 10 from their own 21. They'll mark this off 5 yards delay of game for Rowan running with the football.
Yeah, I thought there was a penalty there for that, but I was not going to say it out loud until because they didn't seem to be doing anything. So I was hoping for the best. Guidry goes in motion. Here's the snap. Handoff to 29 Haynes around the left side, picks up the 1st down. Mows over a defender and gets about 20 yards on the carry. All the way out to the 35-yard line.
No time here for any commentary as the Buckeye offense straight to the line of scrimmage after that big 1st down run by Ashton Haynes. That's the longest run of the night for the Buckeyes, 20 yards. Ashton's going to stay in.
From scrimmage, that's the longest run of the night from the Buckeyes.
Correct.
Here's the snap. They fake dumping it. Rolling out to the right. They're going to go to Haynes. 1 man to beat. Beats that one. Gets out to the 40. They're going to spot it on the 39. That's going to be a 4-yard gain for Haynes.
Great.
2nd and 6.
Great protection up front there, Jeff, by the offensive line. They gave Brandon all kinds of time. He just took what the defense gave him, which was Ashton in the flat. Pick up 4 yards on 1st down out to the 39. The Buckeyes will take that every time on 1st down.
Buckeyes send 2 receivers wide to the left, 1 to the right. They're going to hand it off up the middle to Mike Colbert. Mike makes impact, keeps his legs moving, picks up the 1st down.
Nice run by Michael there. Protecting the football. Another protege of Coach Keith Tate, who's got the best coaching job in East Texas with this plethora of running backs. And he is probably the best running back coach in East Texas, so the shoe fits. Coach Tate, the Buckeye himself, doing such a great job with our backs here.
Rolling to his right side, Tennyson's going to tuck it and run out of bounds at the 50.
Oh my gracious. Cody Guidry decides to get a block there on number 8, the speedster, as that is quite a legal block that Cody throws, but that's number 6, I'm sorry, for Atlanta. Isaiah Chandler has got to have his head on the swivel, who's going to come out of the game now because Cody Guidry got his attention.
2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. 1 back in the backfield. Low snap, and that is going to cost us, as they blow that dead, that's going to cost us, they're going to give us a 2-yard spot. They're going to say we lost 2 yards. They actually had him backed up.
Yeah, that was Caden Tennyson on that snap. It was a bad snap right at his feet. It wasn't the freshman's fault, as that was going to be a jet sweep. As you said, Jeff, there.
I think that was going to be designed to be a draw. I think they were actually going to draw, but it was at his feet. When he looked up, he had a defender all over him, so he had no chance to let that play develop. Everybody's going out for a pass. 5 fast receivers. Tennyson rolling to his right, throws a absolute bomb. Caught by Rockwell, touchdown Buckeyes.
My gracious.
That is about a 60-yard pass.
And it never got off 20 feet off the ground.
No, that's about a 50-yard pass.
Brandon just threw that.
We got a
over
flag back
everybody's
here
head.
on the Buckeye side of the ball, probably going to bring it back.
Touchdown, flag on the play.
More than likely holding against the Buckeyes. We'll see here. We'll go down to the ref.
That's a flag
They're
because
fouled
that
on
is
holding. Number 6 of the offense. Holding. Number 54 of the defense. Those fouls offset. Replay. They're down.
Offsetting holding penalties.
Offsetting touchdowns.
Yeah.
And that's a way.
That's a shame.
That's a way for the referee to basically say, hey, no touchdowns allowed. You guys have kind of done enough. Brings up 3rd down and 12 again as Brandon Tennyson showing off the strength of his arm. Rolls out to his right side, plants his foot, and just throws
Launches.
an absolute frozen rope.
50 yards down the field.
See if they can do that again.
Here's the snap. Rolls to his left side. Dumps one out to the past the flat. That was Watson, number 22, going to move the chains. And that's a big first down there for the Buckeyes.
Well, Jeff, it's a pleasure to welcome in Justin Johnson into the press box.
We haven't seen the bus in quite a while.
Haven't seen the bus in a while, but it's good to see him.
Look good all grown up.
I know.
Justin, you look great. Good to see you, buddy.
It's great to have our All-Americans back in the stands to watch these young Buckeyes play.
All right, quick pass out to the flat here. Caught by, I can't see who that is. Who is that? That's number 14. Hey, guess who that is? That's Kendall Jackson.
Yeah, Kendall Jackson, normally playing defense and playing a linebacker.
Playing a little fullback. So coming out of the fullback position, he trades out with Keith Rockwell, who will come into the game. That's another position we're deep at this year with several really good fullbacks to choose from.
BT moving the chains, 1st and 10 at the 34.
Trip receivers to the left, one back in the backfield. It's Haynes back in the game. From the shotgun, here comes Tennyson. Low snap, picks up the ball, and that's going to be blown dead. Got a flag on the play.
We may know why it's a bad snap here. If that is, yeah, it's a legal procedure. And that's going to back Brandon and the Buckeyes up 5. Add a little stat room there.
Had a couple of low snaps, but I tell you that Jared has done a fabulous job this year with snaps. I mean, he has been on the money. So every once in a while, he's got a high-pressure job down there, and he has really performed extremely well this year. Very impressive. All right, Buckeyes going to send twin receivers to the right, twins to the left, and one back in the backfield. Tennyson's going to be in the shotgun. They're looking at 1st and 15, and they throw another flag. And I have no clue what this one's going to be. Was it delay of game? They're going to back them up another 5.
Play game. Number 11 of the offense.
They're going to blame that whole delay of game on number 11 of the offense. He's going down for that one.
That is probably the last time in Brandon Tennyson's high school career he will get accused of delaying the game. Not something you see from the Buckeyes very often at all, as it's 1st and 20 now from the 44. BT directing traffic, sending Rockwell wide.
Twins right and left. Haynes goes in motion, dumps one over the middle, wide open across the middle, big first down. And that is
Rockwell.
Rockwell coming out of the fullback position. Todd, want to welcome some new Buckeye fans tonight. Out in California, of all places, out with Miss Sharp. She's got guests, Miss Ellen, a new Buckeye fan listening out in California, and glad to have you on the broadcast.
Well, if you're with
tonight.
Miss Sharp, you're in good company. You're right where you belong. 1st and 10, Buckeyes in the red zone. Our California Buckeye fans out there.
Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle. Haynes bounces out to the left side. Look at this. Showing athleticism. Breaking tackles left and right. Refusing to go down. And picks up a first down on what should have been nothing.
1st and goal, and that is all Ashton Haynes.
Miss Sharp is telling us she's had trouble tonight getting connected. And she said, Jeff, I don't know what happened. It started working. I don't know if it was my prayers or my swearing, but one of them worked. And I told her to reboot her Wi-Fi, and she reminded me she was 81 and didn't know what I was talking about. But she got it going. I'm going to say it was the prayers. Handoff, once again, Haynes up the middle, fighting for yardage, gets down to the 2.
Inside the 5-yard line, and 2 Atlanta Rabbits apparently ran into each other in the Buckeye backfield as they're going to require some attention. So let's take a quick break and come right back and see if the Buckeyes can stick it in the end zone.
Gilmer National Bank is your hometown community bank, serving people in East Texas for over a century. We are your neighbors, friends, and partners in making this a great place to live. Our employees make us a special place to do business. We are there for you when you need us. Come by and see us and find out what makes people say, "That's my bank." Gilmer National Bank, an equal opportunity lender and member FDIC.
Credit or debit cards have been found.
All right, back here at the Jeff Traylor Stadium. Buckeyes knocking on the door. They are on the 3-yard line. 1st and goal from the 3.
Claim your card.
So the Buckeye offense driving now and trying to put more points on the board. Second and goal from the 3.
All right, handoff once again up the middle to Haynes. They actually stopped him, which is pretty unusual.
Yeah, that's a good job by the defensive front there, just shucking blocks and getting into the backfield. 3rd down and goal now for the Buckeyes. So we're going to click down under 4 minutes left in this 3rd quarter. And let's see if the Buckeyes don't go outside or go up top to Mr. Rockwell, who's one-on-one on the outside.
All right, here's the snap. Once again, Haynes up the middle.
And he's going to be down at the 1-yard line.
Yep, it's going to be 4th and goal from about the 1.
And that's Ashton, who's that that's limping right there? That's Choice, who's in as the blocking back.
And we got a bad snap. Buckeyes fall on it, and they're going to turn over on downs. Instead of getting a touchdown, they're going to turn over on downs. Atlanta, big stop there for Atlanta. That's going to be 1st and 10 from the 19, as that ball just slid right past the hands of Tennyson, and that'll be turnover on downs.
Yeah, and probably worse, Jeff. Choice is limping. He was hurt on the previous play. But somebody rolled up on his left knee, it looks like, as he's going to come out of the game. And that's going to be it for the Buckeyes.
At Pittsburgh, 7.
Scoring attempt there.
17, Pleasant Grove, 7. Liberty Ilo in the 3rd quarter, 35, Jefferson, 7. In the 3rd quarter, Spring Hill, 27, White Oak, 14.
So 3:28, Jeff, left to play in the 3rd quarter. The Buckeyes comfortably ahead, 34-0. Going to turn it over on downs after that bad snap, and Brandon doing everything that he can just to get back to get on top of that one. And that's going to give the Atlanta Rabbits 1st and 10 from their own 18-yard line as they dodge a bullet. The Buckeyes had it 1st and goal from the 5 and unable to get it in the end zone.
Handoff, Atlanta up the middle right side. Going to be good for a couple.
ball carrier to the 21-yard line. 2nd down and 7.
2nd and 7 for Atlanta from the 20.
Atlanta's going to come out and split 2 receivers wide to the right, 1 to the left. Here's the snap. Handoff. Sweep around the left side. Got some room to run. Going to pick up the 1st down out to the 30-yard line.
Number 18 in on that tackle. That's Michael Colbert.
22 Dowden.
And number 22 Dowden in on the tackle.
Down by Amaro Arona. Also in the 3rd quarter, Harmony 34, New Diana 0.
1st down for Atlanta as we're going to tick down to about 2 minutes left here when this next play gets snapped.
Twins to the right, single receiver to the left. Here's the snap. Handoff around the right side to the tailback. Dodges the tackle. Hits the corner fast and picks up good 9 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 1.
And that is the very polite number 22, Landon Watson, Jeff, being impolite and keeping that Atlanta Rabbit from picking up a 1st down. Good open field tackle by Landon.
I think that may be number 12.
No, that's Cade. That's Cade Bowman
Cade Bowman out there, yeah.
At Tyler Legacy.
Made a good tackle. 2nd down and 2 now for Atlanta from their own 38-yard line.
Looking to pass, goes deep across the middle, got a man open, he hits him this time, and he's going to take it all the way to the house for the score.
Jeff, that's just where the speed's going to catch up. Number 14, Amani Jackson, the junior, catches that on the line. And our Lavanian Jackson, number 21, Lavanian, literally caught up with him, and you think that he had him, and he just broke that tackle. As here comes number 22 now, Landon Watson into the game for Jackson. And that's going to get Atlanta onto the board. That kick is no good.
So 1:16 left to play in the 3rd quarter. It's Gilmer 34, Atlanta 6. We'll be right back.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
All right, back to Jeff Traylor Stadium. Atlanta scores late in the game. 1:16 left in the 3rd. Gilmer 34, Atlanta now 6.
And it'll be interesting, Jeff, with a minute left here to see if this last drive in the 3rd quarter will still be Brandon Tennyson and the starters, as we've got 2 speedsters, the freshman Caden Tennyson back deep with Ro Fluellen. Well, that's just kind of danger zone A and A1. Back deep for the Buckeyes. Let's see if they kick it to him. They do.
All right, it's going to be fielded on the 20 or the 18-yard line. They're going to hand it off. Caden Tennyson getting the return, showing the wheels he has, gets out to the 33.
And that was a very strangely executed reverse as Caden was going to get it and go the other way, and he got to the short side of the field and decided he wanted to cut back and go the opposite direction, and Rose now saying,
once more, we want to remind you,
which way are you going again, freshman? And Caden says, I'm going to where they ain't, Coach. I'm going to where they ain't. 1st and 10 Buckeyes. It is Brandon back in at quarterback. 1st and 10 from his own 33. Got all the way down inside the 5 on the last drive. Shot themselves in the foot. Let's see if they can.
All right, Tennyson rolling to his left side. dumps it out to, I believe might have been Guidry. I'm not sure who the receiver was there.
That is Cody, yep.
Yeah, Cody Guidry.
On the reception across the 40.
Picks up 8 on that first, well, wasn't that a first down play? Yeah, that was a first down play.
Handoff to Haynes, and he's going to get drugged down for a loss of 1. Very unusual. I'm not used to saying that. Good defensive play there by Atlanta. And in comes Mike Colbert.
The Buckeye offense now needs 3 yards to pick up the first down.
We haven't seen Jackson in tonight in the backfield.
That's true, Jeff.
Looks like they drew him maybe offsides.
Brandon has, I think, picked him up a first down, drawing him offsides. But you never know with.
Yeah, they're not facing the correct direction down there. It looks like they're going to mark this off against the Buckeyes. They're going to call it illegal procedure.
Legal snap, number 68, Mike Arpillion.
Illegal snap. I've never heard of an illegal snap,
I was
Jeff.
going to say, I'm not sure what that means.
Explaining it to Coach Metzel now about what is an illegal snap.
I think he meant illegal procedure.
Yeah, I think what he meant was they ran across the line of scrimmage and our center snapped it and caught us off guard. Nevertheless, 3rd and 8 now for Gilmer. As Coach Metzel looking at the play clock, 20 seconds left, calling the play.
Coach Metzel trying to eat time off the clock as well. And that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter, and we're going to start the 4th quarter with Gilmer 34, Atlanta 6. It's all Gilmer tonight, Jeff Traylor Stadium.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second-guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Godarzi & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Godarzi & Young.
So, Jeff, we are back for a 4th quarter action. Brandon Tennyson tonight, Jeff, has passed G.J. Kinney with 48 touchdown passes now. That is the top 5 in school history. He's got 1 more to go. Well, actually, he is now tied with McLean Carter and Manuel Johnson. And he has got now the next, let's call it, dozen to go to catch Tanner Barr. He'll have a chance this year to catch Poppy Brown as well, but I don't think he'll ever catch Stump Godfrey, who's sitting there at 116. It's a big gap. But here's Brandon now on 3rd down.
Brandon drops back, fires one across the middle, wide open. Cody Guidry tucks the football across midfield out to the 42 of their opponents. And Guidry has been a favorite target tonight in this game.
Moves the chains into Rabbit territory, and the Buckeye offense trying to end this drive, obviously, on something positive before they turn it over to the youngsters.
Pass complete out to Mike Colbert. Look at this, fighting to stay in bounds. Ball's coughed up and picked up by the Rabbits. And they going to say he was down or anything, or are they going to let him have it? I think
they're going to give it to him. Gracious, at the 44-yard line.
That ball was bouncing around. I thought it would bounce out of bounds.
I did too, Jeff, and it just didn't go that way. It was like a great bunt that just stayed in bounds.
And that's the way the ball bounces.
Very, very true.
So turnover by the Buckeyes, their first turnover of the night.
Michael
1-1 in the turnover categories.
Yep. Michael doing a good job staying in bounds and trying to fight for extra yards, and then all of a sudden that ball comes popping and squirting out. And it just literally goes 20 yards right up the field and stays in bounds, and Atlanta picks it up and steps out of bounds, and they got 1st and 10 in Buckeye territory now. And just
and
like
here's
that,
the other
they throw an
turnover.
interception. That's number 27. Let's see if they throw a flag late there. on the big interception by the Buckeyes. That's Tarek Tate, the sophomore. Like to see him making a play.
First down, Buckeyes from their 30.
And Ashton Haynes there to congratulate him, and Brandon Tennyson right back on the field. It's like a minute went by and they were just right there. 1st and 10 again at the Buckeye 30 for Brandon Tennyson and the Buckeyes. Let's see if they can execute here and cap this. Oh my
Pass
goodness.
intended there for number 5, Keith Rockwell. Just falls incomplete. He'd like to have that opportunity back.
Yeah, BT put that one right where he needed to run, and
Second down.
Keith kind of tried to backhand that to the left side, and sees it goes through his hands. 2nd down and 10 for the Buckeyes.
All right, here we go. Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle. And I believe that, I can't see who the back was there. That was number 31, new ball carrier in the game.
That's Kevion Brinkley, the junior. And as we say, lots of new names, but not much difference because they all move really well and really fast, and they all have great feet. It's just a wealth of talent for the Buckeyes. 3rd and 3 now. They need the 40-yard line for a first down.
Pump fake by Tennyson and dumps one out. Inside route to Rockwell. That's Jay Rockwell.
Picks up the first down.
Gets the first down out to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, Jay just steps in there and makes that grab on the slant route. That's an option route. He also had the other Rockwell in the flat. And BT moves the chains out to the 45, and a little rhythm now behind Brandon Tennyson's arm in this Buckeye offense, trying to cap the night off with a scoring drive.
Tennyson drops back, got a wide open Rockwell out here, picks up big yards, holds onto the ball all the way down to the 33 of Atlanta.
And there's a guy that's going to play on Saturdays throwing to a guy that plays on Saturdays, making it easy.
I tell you, if you stand up next to Rockwell,
he's a man.
He is a big kid.
He is a big boy.
Big kid.
And trust me, he's got another year left on his contract, just a junior, and plenty of highlights left to come from Mr. Rockwell.
Hand off to Brinkley up the middle.
He gets out to the 30-yard line. So Kevion gets a nice first down gain out to the Atlanta 30.
And actually, unfortunately, Rockwell's actually a senior.
Oh, excuse me.
Keith Rockwell
is a junior.
Yeah,
That's right. That's right.
At least we get to keep one of them.
Yeah, and well, Jay is going to be playing on Saturdays next year too, and he's got offers to all over the place, including some SEC schools as well.
Loretta Hendricks, please report to the concession.
2 receivers to the right, 2 left, 1 back in the backfield. Low snap. Got a man open across the flat.
Parker
down to
Gilo.
the 21-yard line. That's number 2, Gilo.
Parker's just set up right at the first down marker, and BT just plants his back foot, sees him, throws across his body. That is a very, very difficult throw that he just made look easy.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Number 19.
Roughing the passer. That's going to be 15 additional yards marked off against Atlanta.
Brandon says
they're going to be half the distance to the goal.
3 quarters I've been getting my head knocked off here, and you finally call one. Thank you, Mr. Referee.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 11. And we're going to the corner of the end zone. Rockwell reels another one in. Man, he is absolutely dragging them in over there. What a great job by Rockwell to jump up over the defender and just reel that in. That was a great job. I mean, that ball was put in the right place. Rockwell goes up over the defender's head and reels it in.
That's just one-on-one and
as a former cornerback, that stinks. I'm telling you, I've been there before. I remember Shipley from Lindale doing that to me in this very stadium. And
well, on
terrible
Sundays,
feeling. Like, how did he do that?
On ESPN, that's called "You Got Mossed," and number 9 Rockwell goes up and mosses that Atlanta corner. And here's the extra point, up and good. And the Buckeyes stretch this lead to 41-6 with 8:28 left to play. I think we'll see youngsters from here on in, Jeff. Buckeyes lead. We'll be right back.
Extra, extra. Read all about tonight's game in Thursday's Gilmer Mirror, complete with pictures, coaches' comments, and a look at next week's opponent. The Gilmer Mirror has been serving the citizens of Upshur County since 1877. You know, reading the news online is fine, but there is nothing like physically picking up your hometown paper, turning the pages, and catching up on everything going on in our area. If you're not subscribing to the Gilmer Mirror, you're probably missing out. It's one of my favorite publications, and I know you'll love it too. The Gilmer Mirror, www.gilmermirror.com.
Wow. Well, I mean, we had a whole drive that we went down the goal line.
Yeah, we're talking about how many plays that we had in this quarter, this last quarter. We've had 23 plays. They've had 8.
You know, we forget about, Jeff, the drive before last when the Buckeyes went all the way down the field, literally 86 yards, and got to the shadow of the goal line and snapped the ball back into the 20 and got no points. The Buckeyes obviously dominating all game long, lead 41-6. 8 minutes left to play in this game, and we'll see a lot of youngsters probably from here on in.
High pooch kick over the left side. Got to return up the middle.
Brings it out to the 40-yard line, where it's going to be 1st and 10 for Atlanta. That have managed to at least score in this game, Jeff, in the homecoming contest here in Gilmer. Just kind of outclassed and outmatched, and that's one thing that the Atlanta coaching staff was saying coming up the elevators was saying, you know, it's so you guys are so deep and so solid for a 4A team. You know, this is what happens when you guys for 20 plus years play 15, 16 games a year. 1st and 10 Atlanta from the 40, single back in the backfield. Man comes in motion, snap. They're going to hand it straight off to the up back. He gets nothing. He's met in the backfield 3 yards deep. He's going to lose 2 yards. Number 52 in on the tackle for the Buckeyes is Seth Jordan, the junior. Making that stop brings up 2nd and 12 for Atlanta with 8 minutes and counting left. Coach Plunk over there for Atlanta. Going to be 0-3 to start the season, but once again, the toughest schedule in 3A Division I. These Atlanta Rabbits.
That's tough.
Making it tough on themselves.
Oh, it's tough. You know, it's not a bad little team here. They're not a bad team. I mean, they got some good athletes. And brought down by number 24 there for the Buckeyes.
24, Ryan Brown, the senior, and number 14, Kendall Jackson in from his outside linebacker on that play.
Still 3rd and 12.
Let's see if that front 3 can get pressure. And you're right, Jeff, Atlanta has got talent. They've got speed. It's exactly what I told the coaching staff. My goodness, you guys, you know, just the speed that continues to come up there out of Cass County. And to a man, they all said, we'll trade you. We'll take your speed. Here's the snap. Rolling out to the left, looking for a snap number 52 in hot pursuit. Throws it up. Is it intercepted? Arona intercepts that pass. They just throw it up, and let's see what the referee calls. I think they're going to call, they can't call that an incomplete pass because he threw it behind the line of scrimmage. But that's exactly what they're going to do, Jeff. They're going to call that an incomplete pass. Looked like Arona intercepted that from his outside linebacker position, but it is going to be 4th down and 12. Let's see who goes back deep for the Buckeyes. And the answer is going to be nobody. So they're not going to send a, yeah, they are going to send a return man back. So Rowe throws his helmet on and goes back to fair catch this one at his own 26. And there the Buckeyes will take over. And let's see if we've got some youngsters in. Yes, we do. Caden Tennyson in at the quarterback position. And a lot of other young faces in for the Buckeyes to get some valuable experience. With 6:46 left in the 4th quarter. See if the Buckeyes keep it on the ground here. Michael Colbert in the backfield. Jeff, this is all over but the shouting for the homecoming, but the young guys getting a chance to play.
There's the snap, handoff up the middle. Talk about fight for yardage. Look at that extra effort. Great job there by number 18, Mike Colbert, just spinning and fighting for extra yardage. He shouldn't have had probably 3 on that, and he ends up turning that into 8. 2nd and 2, ball spotted on the 35.
Coach Metzel very content to run play clock here. Let his young guys get some quality snaps.
Here's the snap, quarterback keeper around the left side. Caden turns it up, just struggles, fighting. I tell you what, this guy, Caden, he's a freshman, remember this. But folks, I'm gonna tell you something about this kid. He is an absolute beast. He's aggressive, he's a headhunter on defense. He's not your typical quarterback, I'm in the pocket, protect me. He's like, bring it on. He loves to lower his head. He's a lot, his style is a lot like Stump Godfrey.
Yeah.
He likes to run the football.
He is physical, and he's got what I call that little brother mentality of, I'm not scared of nothing, bring it to me.
Yeah, he's definitely a baller. Handoff to Colbert around the 8, bounces outside. Colbert, look at this, open field. Cuts up field, big run, and first down by Mike Colbert.
Dumps the safety onto his head, and with a stiff arm going out of bounds. But Colbert, nonetheless, picks up a big first down to the 32. As Coach Metzel content to kind of do a 1-2 punch here with Colbert and Tennyson. And again, this is the younger Tennyson. This is Caden Tennyson, the freshman wearing famous number 10 for the Buckeyes, and I think you're going to see a lot more of that number 10 as we go forward.
We got 3 more years of number 10.
Well, it's not going to be a bad thing over this 5-year run where you say Tennyson in at quarterback for the Buckeyes.
Handoff once again up the middle. Colbert bounces out to the right side, out into open field, fighting for yardage. Down to the 10. Colbert looking good.
4:45 and counting left to play in this game as the Buckeyes just ground and pound down now inside the red zone. Let's see to the wide side of the field, Jeff, if this isn't a Caden Tennyson carry around the left side and maybe Caden's first varsity touchdown as a Buckeye. I will promise you it will not be his last.
I think they're going to keep this. I think they're going to keep using Colbert here.
Five seconds on the play clock. Got to get this play off.
And right in time, they do. Hand off to Colbert up the middle. Colbert fighting for yards up the middle, gets about 4, maybe 5.
Nice play on first down there. Gets inside the 10-yard line.
And now we check in. Kendall Jackson comes in for Colbert.
He'll be the running back now.
Kendall's going to be in the backfield.
Of course, the grandson of our beloved Coach Jackson, Henry Jackson and Shirley Jackson, and such pillars in our community that I think they raised half of us, Jeff. It's good to see their grandson out there wearing orange and black where he belongs.
Hand off to Jackson up the middle. And look at him fighting off yardage into
Kendall.
It's like, how many running backs can you have? I mean, we literally have like 8 or 9.
Well,
that can go deep. I mean, and Jackson right there proving he can, in most schools, start for you at running back.
He runs through 3 tackles and just wills himself to score. As we've got the subs that come in now as the Buckeyes push this to 47-6 with 3:21 left.
Weston Mahan in to kick the extra point attempt. And he got his first points as a Buckeye last week. In this game, he's a senior, and the boys go crazy when he kicks this through the uprights. Watch them. They're going to celebrate with him. They really love this kid.
Number 20, the kicker, Hernandez, the first person out there to greet him. He's literally carried off the field by his offensive lineman. It's a great thing to see, the camaraderie here with these Buckeyes as they go up 48-6, Jeff, and we'll take a few minutes to recognize some more of our sponsors and come right back up.
Because of investments in our surrounding infrastructure, eTex offers advanced improvements in internet connections, service experience, and quality of life for our customers. The driving force for eTex has been to create a state-of-the-art company using both the latest technology and local expert technicians, people you know. And best of all, a certified support team that delivers quality support within hours, not days. eTex, local support from the team you trust.
All right, back to the action.
In this second half, Jeff, the Buckeyes have run 28 offensive plays to Atlanta's 11 offensive plays. Just total domination in the second half. Although the Buckeyes missed a couple of scoring opportunities, they get that one with Kendall Jackson, and if I'm counting correctly, that's the 6th Buckeye to score tonight. Arona is going to kick this one off.
Amaro Arona, number 3. Backup kicker in. Nice high pooch kick over to the left side, fielded on the 20-yard line.
Caden Tennyson, as you mentioned, Jeff, in on that tackle, playing special teams. And for number 7 for the Atlanta Rabbits, that is Daniel Hernandez, who has been on the receiving end of a whole lot of kickoffs for that pooch kick.
3:09 left to play in the game. Gilmer leads 48-6.
As the referee's trying to get him to start the play clock, and nobody's paying attention in the the announcer's saying, please start the play clock. And our scorekeeper, Jeff, is not ready to end homecoming.
Drag homecoming out as long as you can.
1st and 10 for Atlanta. 2 backs in the backfield, man in motion. Here's the snap. It's going to be a fake handoff. Quarterback keeps it, and he just gets blasted by the entire defensive line, starting there with number 37 for the Buckeyes. Braden Rash in on that tackle from his tackle position. And a loss of 1 on the play. That is going to be 2nd down and 11 from the 29-yard line.
Braden, our only defensive lineman under 240 pounds.
He gets into the backfield, Jeff. That is the key thing. He's quick. 2nd down and 11. Here's the handoff now to number 7 once again, and he cuts up the middle. He runs tough and into a wall of Buckeyes about his own 37-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 3 with 2 minutes left to play in this contest. Once again, Buckeyes have it well in hand, 48-6 Gilmer.
3rd down and 3.
Atlanta looking at 3rd and 3.
2 backs in the backfield. And we're going to have a timeout, looks like, here for Atlanta. We'll take one last timeout to recognize a few of our sponsors and come back right after these messages.
The Med Shop Pharmacy in Gilmer's features a drive-through pharmacy for all your prescription and over-the-counter drug needs. Place refills using our free phone app RX2Go, or use our convenient auto refill line 24/7 at 903-680-2626. Stop by and see our unique gift items for all occasions, or visit us on the web at gilmermedshop.com. And don't forget, the Med Shop is your flu shot and vaccine headquarters for the fall and winter season. The Med Shop Pharmacy, your friendly hometown pharmacy.
And back for the last minute and 53 to play in this game. 3rd down and 2. Well, let's call it 3rd and 3 from the 37. For Atlanta, they need their own 40 for a 1st down. Single back off to the right of the quarterback, Pierce. Single receiver to the left, twins to the right to the short side of the field. Looks over to the sidelines, 14 seconds left on the play clock.
Called an audible.
Taking a snap here, going to hand off to number 7 up the middle. He's trying to follow his blockers, turns upfield, and he is going to get a 1st down by the skin of his teeth. Wall of Buckeyes there to make the tackle. Does a good job kind of following his big offensive lineman. They're going to earn a new series of downs here to run this game clock out Atlanta content to use all the play clock. Pearson, the shotgun, twins out to the right, offset back to the right, single receiver to the left.
4 backs going to be rushing, or 4 defensive linemen rather, for the Buckeyes. Quarterback's in the shotgun.
Takes the snap, handoff once again to number 7 up the middle. He runs tough for little man. He picks up 3 hard-nosed yards as this clock will run down under a minute left.
Hernandez out to the 43-yard line.
Ryan Brown back in. As Mr. Warenberg, the senior, comes out for the Buckeyes. Bring up 2nd and 8. As we'll tick under 40 seconds left, 20 seconds on the play clock. This may be the last play of the game, Jeff. Pierce once again in at quarterback, offset back to the right, twins to the right, single receiver to the left. Here's the snap, handoff once again to number 7. Oh, and he gets blasted by the linebacker. Let's see who that was. I can't get a number yet. I think that was Brown, number 24.
Ryan Brown on the stop.
Yeah, Ryan Brown, he is just a monster kid. And you talk about another good kid. He shouldn't have a number. He should be wearing a license plate. I mean, this guy is big and strong and just a great kid, gentle giant.
And that's the ball game, folks. Homecoming wraps up here in Jeff Traylor Stadium. Buckeyes easily win 48-6. We will be on the road next week, folks, in Lindale, Texas, the state finalist in 4A Division I, and a rematch from last year that the Buckeyes won here in Jeff Traylor Stadium on a last-minute field goal. And we will be on the road for the first time next week. And then the week after that, we will be into Carthage Week, which is its own beast. But so far, Coach Metzel and these Buckeyes ranked number 2 in the state, holding true to form, 3-0 on the season. Cruise to an easy 48-6 victory over the Atlanta Rabbits. And we'll be back next week from Lindale saying, go Buckeyes.